You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house or in your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again, Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Come on in, come on in. Make sure you like and share the video on the way in. What up, Room Shaker? What's shaking, baby? What's up, Chakra King Black? Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, y'all, I just saw this picture being shared on Facebook on my timeline, and I just started hollering. I was like, ooh, let me show the people. Let me show the people. This how them bitches be looking at y'all after you done knock their ass up and you don't even know their last name. Y'all better wrap it up. Like they used to say back in the day on BET, y'all better wrap that shit up. Y'all, when I tell you this picture just had me hollering, I was like, oh my damn. What's up, Libra? How you doing? How you doing, love? Yes, tell them they better hit that like button. What's up, Miss LA? What's up, Vibrant? How y'all doing? Good evening, y'all. What's been going on, y'all? What's been going on? Did y'all see anything out there today in the streets? Did y'all see anything out there in the B sector worth talking about? Y'all let me know. Y'all want to fill me in? What up, though?
All right. Can you hear me?
Y'all see anything out there worth talking about today?
Can you hear me, Tony?
Yes, I hear you, baby. You hear me?
Yeah, I had made a mistake and clicked off. I didn't know if the sound went out.
Honey, what up, my boo? My booski. Ciao. You see the title of the show, y'all? The title of the show says, From the B sector to the pulpit again. It's definitely some smoke in the streets. Now, I want to know from the chat. I want to see if y'all following the title, okay? Where am I going, or where may I have possibly got that from when I say from the B sector to the pulpit again? Holla at me, y'all. Holla at me, y'all.
I'm thinking myself.
Think about it.
Come on, I'm trying to think again.
Where my OGs up in the chat? OG, B sector, CCs, subscribers. Y'all have no idea? Come on now. That's what we're talking about today, Vibrant. But what can this reference to in the past? I know y'all ain't gonna leave me up here alone with this knowledge in my head. Libra, you OG. Vibrant,
what we did with a pulpit before?
Come on, y'all. Think way back. OB sector. Thank you, Vibrant.
What you say?
Babe.
Oh, okay.
Wiley.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my God, y'all forgot? Oh man, when that shit happened, do y'all remember when Babe called Wiley's grandpa? Y'all remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
He She called his uncles or his grandpa or somebody, and she was telling them how Wiley was acting online on YouTube. And then she even went a step further, and she went to the motherfucking church house.
Yeah, I was watching.
Y'all remember she was recording? She was talking about how raggedy the screen doors was on the church, how raggedy the carpet was, how raggedy the church was. Oh my God. That's like epic OG B sector
Didn't
history.
QB meet her down there?
Huh?
Didn't QB meet her down there?
I think QB did meet her down there.
But he didn't go. I don't think he went inside.
Yeah, I don't think he went inside, but I think he was there just for the key.
Yeah, I remember that.
What I'm saying is, like I said yesterday, a lot of people who don't know that history, they might think that some of the shit that VS is doing is like, oh my God, why is this happening? Why is she doing this? Oh, Pole Limit. Oh, Pole Limit. Oh, I forgot. Wait a minute. Jordan Dash. Oh, Pole Jordan Dash. Child, this shit like this been happening. This shit ain't new. We ain't new to this shit. Much has been done in the B sector when it comes to making phone calls and pulling up on niggas. Fibe was the first person that I can remember that went to somebody's church. Now VS didn't go to the church. She calling. They ain't answer, but she called several times today. But we didn't have people actually walk into the church and sit on the motherfucking pew. Y'all remember that? Five sat on the pew.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So I got a question for y'all. We're going to talk about some of the shit that's going on, but I got a question, and you can answer Mel or anybody in the chat. A lot of people be saying they miss the old B sector. But when the old B sector react, and when the old B sector come off the porch, then it's, oh my God, what's happening? But when ain't shit happening, it's boring. Ain't nothing to talk about. Ain't nothing to discuss. The B sector dead. But in reality, people love this shit. They love this shit. They might not admit it. Some people do. Some people will admit it and be like, hey, this is B sector. This is what goes on. I'm here for the shits. And then some people's like, oh no, that's too low. That's too low. That's too low. You know what I'm saying? So y'all let me know how y'all feel about, how y'all really feel about the B sector. Like, some people think something that's too much. Some people think is not too much, because I think people really thrive and live off the fuck shit. It's like the work. Why do so many people support Lemon? Because he also fuck shit, right? A lot of people support the people who also fuck shit. And the only time people really get upset about people doing shit to other people is when it's not their favorite person. But
I'm not gonna say that 100% though. That ain't 100%. It's people who I done seen stuff get done to, and they may not be my favorite person, and I still might be like, nah, that was a little bit much right there. So it ain't always just the faves that you go along with. For me personally.
You said what now? The last part?
I said for me personally, it's not always just whoever I like, that it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends on the situation.
My thing is, it does depend on the situation sometimes, but it's like I mentioned earlier in the show. Oh, hold up. Somebody told me to read them. Okay, I'm gonna read the comments in a second. I promise you. But it's like I was saying earlier in the show. A lot of people thrive for the fuck shit, and they thrive for people fucking with each other. It's like the darker it is, the better it is. And then when ain't nobody fucking with nobody, that's when people like, oh, the B sector's dead. Y'all boring. But they want to see the shit. They want to see the shit. They want to see the fuck shit. That's exactly what they want to see. But it's when the fuck shit is happening to somebody you don't like. Let the fuck shit happen to somebody you don't like. That's how it always goes. That's how it always goes. Just like when shit would happen to Fi. Of course, her fans, oh, that's fucked up. If shit happened to Sean, oh, that's fucked up. If shit, but let them be doing something to somebody else. Oh well, they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have. That's just how it goes.
It's the beef sector.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying the other catchphrase. This the beef sector.
That's right. This the beef sector. This is how it goes. This is what goes on. And trust and believe, there are things that people do on this shit that I would never do. Yeah. And it even happens from the people I like. I know people on here who I like that are called hospitals, they didn't call jobs, they didn't call churches, some of the people I like. And I just be like, okay, that's how they want to fight. That's what I can't tell nobody how to fight. Ain't that what we say all the time? Yep. You can't tell nobody how to fight. And what most people gonna do when they involved in a fight, they got to do something really gangster to get somebody off their neck. And that's what we're seeing right now. That's literally what we're seeing right now. This ain't new shit. This is old shit. Thank you, Libra. It behooves me how certain people who know the history of this area will basically invite. I'm gonna say invite. You know why I'm gonna say invite, Mel? Mm-hmm. They will invite you off the porch. True. That's what Lemon did. Ain't that what Lemon did?
That's true. I'm with you when you're right.
Lemon invited VS to get off. VS over there chilling, doing her exercise at the park. She doing uploads and stuff, trending news. She might pop out every now and then. She might pop out on us every now and then. But for the most part, VS don't be doing none of the fuck shit like she used to do back in the day. He invited her off the porch. He said, I'm here for all the smoke.
Yeah. And that ain't the first time he did that. He need to, you know, you gonna fool around and get the right one.
Child, the right one. The right one. Now let me go through these comments and let me see. Let me go way back. Okay, who did I miss? You said I'm OG, but this is over my head. You said talk about that. Oh, that's when y'all was trying to guess what I was talking about. Okay, now that's my blog line. You know, I can't say anything. Oh, I understand, Libra. I understand. What up, Bird? What up, VS? How you doing? What's going on? I literally just finished your live. I had my shit set for 7:05. I was like, well, if she ain't done by then, I gotta go live. I hate to go live over people that I know that are live that I support. But you know how it is. We got to get in where we fit in, and everybody understands that. But yeah, I was trying to get in where I fit in. But you said it's the new subbies that's not familiar with how the old B sector gets down because of the plays of the new. Right? See, the thing about it is, man, Libra, you know what? It's the new subbies that's not familiar with how old B sector gets down because of the plays. See, these new 2.0 people who be with the fuck shit, but not really with the fuck shit, all they do is run plays. They be over here trick-or-treating. they do a little trick for a little treat. That's what they be doing. They be trick-or-treating with all these plays and shit. But when some real shit hits them smack in the head, oh, what happened? But he was warned. And listen, y'all can take this however you want. I'm not praising what's going on. Please understand that. I'm not, go, get him. That's not me. I'm doing commentary on what I see and what I hear, which is what I always do. And what I see and what I heard is somebody asked for the smoke, all the smoke, when somebody wasn't really even fucking with them. And they were warned by some other OGs to just leave it alone. But nope, they over there, I want all the smoke.
But you know what? It's funny how the tables changed, though, because I remember right around the Christmas holidays, Lemon got mad because, what's his name? Octavius was on his panel and he was saying something about VS and the picture and stuff. And his words were, "I don't want that smoke. That ain't got nothing to do with me." Blah blah blah. But then I hear because I didn't see everything that went on over the weekend, but I hear y'all saying he said he wanted all the smoke. I'm like, well, what changed?
He said he wanted all the smoke, and VS was like, you know what does VS see? I've been in here for a long time. A lot of y'all have. And one thing that usually happens first is VS will say, "Leave me alone." She will literally tell you to leave her alone. Am I lying?
No.
She will say that. Libra saying it in the chat right now. If VS says leave her alone, leave her alone. So when somebody is telling you to leave them alone, quit fucking with me, and they not fucking with you, like the whole thing was that a lot of people is talking about this like this. What she said was, and because we can't forget what she said she think he's gay. How many people in this sector
wait a minute. That's what set it off?
That's what set it off.
Okay. And see, I didn't know what set it off. When I came in, it was where they already was at the point where, you know, phone calls was being made and trash was being talked and stuff, but I didn't know how it started.
That's how it started. VS, I think she was doing commentary. I can't remember if she was on her page or she was on somebody else's page. Somebody let me know in the chat because I can't remember. But she was somewhere, maybe on her channel. And she just said that I think Lemon's gay. She didn't drag him. She didn't, you know, she said something that a lot of people said. I have heard so many people say that they believe Lemon is gay.
Mm-hmm.
And none of them got this reaction from him when he went off on her. Like, he really went off on her. And he was dragging her and cussing her out. And he was going off.
Do you think
like,
this was
audio that smoking audio pulled up to your apartment house and you didn't even get him that much smoke?
Do you think this was to garner more attraction to that new page yet? Because honestly, since he lost them other ones, I ain't been back over there. You think that's what that was about?
Somebody did say that the more channels you lose, the less support you're going to get because people are going to get tired of the fuck shit. Like, you got another channel? Okay, now we got to subscribe to this one. Now we got to get you 1,000 again. Now we got to, I mean, that's, I'm telling you, that's the most channels I've seen somebody lose in such a short period of time. We didn't see people lose. I mean, hell, VS lost channels. Tracy lost channels. Jay Wilson lost channels. Deanna lost channels.
Lovely Love used to use channels all the time.
Pizza lost like what, 2-3 channels? So it's nothing new for people to lose channels, but it's usually once every other year or every few years or something like that.
Yeah, not back to back like that.
Not back to back, and you're doing the same shit. And see, that's the thing. Jay Wilson, come on now. Is Jay in the chat? You know, every time Jay Wilson came from a channel he lost, what did he come in here doing commentary on? It wasn't the B sector.
Right.
It was church or trending news or church.
He lost more than one because I only remember that one where
Jay
somebody
Wilson lost. I think he lost 2 channels. I think he lost 2. Damn.
Okay, I remember the last one.
Jobs. I might be confusing jobs with channels.
Oh yeah, but I do know he lost that last one because somebody pouring bombed up. Was it Rita? Somebody did.
Okay, so yep, I'm confusing channels with jobs because sometimes when something happened really drastic with him, he'll come on here and he'll decide to stuff another type of shit.
Yeah.
And with the job, but see what I'm getting at is a lot of people who have lost channels, they come on here a little bit more humble, a little bit more graceful, and very much thankful for the people who still support them. They don't still be doing the same rah shit because as I told. And he probably don't. I know Lemon don't watch me. He don't watch me. Lemon been in my chat probably one time, and I didn't have channels for years. So, and the one time that he did drop down in my chat, it was to ask me about some shit that he had heard in the street about something I said about somebody else. But that's neither here nor there right now. But yeah, I had said on my live the other day, until he starts respecting himself And until he starts respecting his panel, he will continue to have all these enemies and will continue to lose channels.
Yeah, because it's like you make yourself a target.
Yeah. You're absolutely making yourself a target. And what's up? Hey, everybody coming in. What's up, Mr. Boston? What up, White Tanya? What up, Miss Ray? How y'all doing? I know people are live. But your girl always got to get in where she fit in. So I'll catch other people later. But if you are here, thank you for being here because you could be anywhere else. Thank you so much. But child, okay, so let me tell you this. When it comes to the church folk, because I grew up in Pentecostal, right? And Pentecostal is very close to coaching.
Yeah.
Like when I grew up,
I don't even know the difference. What is the difference?
I don't really think it's a huge difference myself personally, because the shit I see and hear about coaching people, I'm like, well, damn, that sounds like the Pentecostal shit I was raised on. Like when I was raised up in the Pentecostal church as a young child, it was like a sin. It was a cardinal sin to be wearing pants in the church if you were a woman.
And see, even the kids we went to school with, like, now we didn't call them Pentecostal or Koji. We just said sanctified down here. So, if somebody went to the sanctified church, they female, their daughters or whatever, never wore pants. They always wore dresses and skirts and stuff. So I don't know, like, the breakdown of what the real difference is between Pentecostal and Church of Christ and Church of God, all of them different ones. I don't know.
See, I don't know either, because when I tell you the churches that I went to, Pentecostal and Baptist, because now I belong to a Baptist church, even though I haven't been presently in the house of the Lord in a long time. It's been a minute since I've been in the house of the Lord, so I ain't even gonna lie.
Lord, I'm gonna tell you, like I say, the Lord is in my house.
The Lord is in my house.
About it.
But my pastor hits me up all the time. Okay, sister. No, matter of fact, let me take that back. It's daughter. He don't call me sister. He call me daughter. How you doing, daughter? I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. Matter of fact, I just started a new Facebook page for my crafts and stuff like that. So
I got the invite today.
Thank you for following me, because he was one of the ones. He followed me and he said, good luck to your new endeavors, because I'm starting new endeavors today, you guys, and my work and everything is shifting. So it's a lot going on in my personal life. I'm making changes because I'm trying to build and I'm trying to expand. I'm trying to build and I'm trying to expand my crafts and my talents.
Well, that's what you should do.
That's all I'm going to say on that. The people closest to me will know what's going on, but that's all I got to say. But yeah, he was one of the ones who followed me on my new page today, and I was like, thank you, boo. But what I want to say about these churches is one thing that I know, one thing for certain, two things for sure. When they do talk about people in the church and all that kind of shit, girl, all the shit that I just saw witness at church, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's more first ladies in this motherfucker. Okay? I wouldn't be surprised if there's some deacons in this motherfucker. All right? Because church people are messy boots all day long.
That's what kind of put me out with, the actual going to the structure of the church. Because I'm like, shit, I can see all this at home. All of this behavior and stuff, you expect, something different when you go into the house of the Lord. And I was like, no.
Girl, child, I'm telling you. I keep telling y'all, hey, Clyde, hey, beautiful, my beautiful chocolate sister. I've been telling y'all for a long time that I'm thinking about starting a segment, not a new channel, but just a segment on growing up Pentecostal. Because when I tell you, I left that church as a teenager. When I left home, I talked to y'all about some of the shit I went through before in the past, but church had a big part of me leaving home as a youth and staying out there in the streets and scratching and surviving. Like Olivia the Oracle be saying, scratching and surviving. Church had a big part to do with that, because my parents, not my stepdad, but my mother was brainwashed. She was totally brainwashed. And so everything the pastor said was what was Bible. Was
The
it like
gospel
ran our
church.
house. Yeah, it like ran our house. The pastors of our church ran all the people in the hood, all of us in the projects, all of us on Section 8. You know, we had a poor parish. The pastor was rich, but our parishioners was poor.
Mm-hmm.
And they took all our money. We would be up in the church, no lights, no gas, no food, shit like that. And when we went to the church to get money, oh, it was a big to-do for the pastor. The pastor played around for such and such. You know, that's what I remember from church. And that's why when I grew up, I stopped going to church for a long time. But so it doesn't surprise me to have a first lady in the B sector with the shits.
Girl, now I did see that.
Church people are with the shits. Church people are some of the grimiest, slimiest, sneakiest, lionest, backstabbing motherfuckers I know. I promise you.
I got so tickled. I was watching Goosey today, and they were talking about natural looks in the what did she call it? The
natural
the group
the lux, natural lux
diva. But what's the name of the organization she said? The international something she said.
The coalition?
Yes, I got so tickled at that. I'm like, it's the National International Coalition. Okay.
I was like, you know, I'm sorry, but some of that shit was funny. Just listening to the commentary.
I was dying laughing.
Yes, and Kenola and Dovey. Dovey been on a roll too. Dovey be having me cracking up, acting like she's so scared. I'm so scared. They gonna come after me. But, when they said coalition, and as soon as I saw coalition on the screen, I said, just like the people in the chat, is this the coalition she's
the Rainbow Coalition?
And what a pretty chocolate girl. Hey, chocolate drop. Hey, Linda. You see something at 22? Child.
Oh, because I'm like, so from the description of the coalition is gone. They get people to vote. They work with all these projects internationally. But as somebody in the chat put, but they got time to keep up with a drunk on YouTube.
You know what? Drea said she stopped going at 22. Drea, I stopped going. I told that story before. I tell a lot of stories. Every now and then I get a little transparent with y'all. It's the hood table. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But I told y'all the story before. When I left home, I was like a year before graduation. I just left. I left with nothing on my back. I swear on my mother in heaven, I left with nothing on my back but my McDonald's uniform and a backpack full of school books. And when I left with my backpack. I went to work, and at work, I called one of my homegirls, and I said, please ask your mama, can I come stay with y'all? That's the first place I went. And when I left, the lady, I never forget, she called my mama, and she cussed her out. It was a whole bitch the thing, but the lady let me stay there with all her 7 kids. And when I tell y'all the story how I used to sleep in a bunk bed with kids, in the kids' room, my big ass on the top of a bunk bed with kids, I slept wherever I could. I slept wherever I could. I mean, I had a boyfriend. I used to sneak over his house, and he used to sneak me in his crib when his mama was asleep. And we wake up and go to school together. I mean, I slept wherever I could. It was that bad at home because of the church.
Yeah.
The church. And it trickled down to my brothers. When I got my own spot, when I finally got my own place years later, my brothers begging me. And when I told y'all the other day how my brothers had actually moved in with me to help me with my son, because I was working 2 jobs and going to college. So they actually moved in with me. They used to come to my house every day. They used to beg me, please, can we stay with you? Please. The church had done that much of a number on our household and other households in our church.
Yeah.
It wasn't until years later where me and my mom kind of connected again. And Drea said she stopped going at 22. I stopped going to the church, but years later, when I had my first baby, I just wanted to raise my kids in church. You know what I mean? But I didn't go to that church. Hell, fuck no. I didn't go to that church. I went to the church that I go to now.
Okay.
So I didn't take my kids to that church. Matter of fact, I think we went a few times. I want to say a few times just to pacify my mother because she kept begging me to come back to church. And so I think we went a few times at the old church. And then after that, I was like, nope, ain't nothing changed. The pastor's still the same. The teaching and preaching and it's still the same. So we left. And I started going to the church. Y'all met my pastor before. He's been on my panel before. We left, and that's where I ended up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's that Pentecostal upbringing church service. There's nothing that surprises me that they do. Nothing. As a matter of fact, when we was at church, we used to sneak out all the teenagers. We used to sneak out and go down the street to the liquor store, and we used to buy some. We used to have somebody buy some liquor, and we would go like 2 blocks down the opposite direction to one of the pastor. They had a sister who stayed like 2 doors down, and she was kind of worldly. So we would go to her house and we would drink and we would smoke, and then we would come back to church when service was almost over, and we would sneak in the back. Girl, we used to sneak out the church all the time. We used because when I tell you the church used to be popping now. Don't get me wrong. The church would be popping. You could easily sneak out the church. Easily. And then our parents was all into church. They screaming and hollering and falling out. And, it was a Holy Ghost, one of them churches.
Yeah.
Slayed in the spirit. Everybody slayed in the spirit with white sheets over their legs and shit.
People running on in the house.
Yes, honey. When I tell you, we used to sneak out the church, and the liquor store wasn't even like a block and a half away. That's how close the liquor store was to the church.
Well, that's what they say about the hood. There's a church and a liquor store on every corner.
In the hood. Every church I've been to has always been right in the hood. Right in the hood. And so we would get our liquor, and then we would go the opposite direction. So walk past the church and go to the homie's house. And we would sit there for like an hour or so. You think church service over? Now we all high, drunk, smelling like weed, trying to spray perfume all over us, and we'd go back to the church because that shit was some bullshit.
Yeah.
We didn't want to sit there for our shit, but our parents made us. So yeah, we would satisfy our parents and go to church, then we would sneak out. And girl, we was a mess. We was a mess.
But you know what? I think the problem comes when people focus so much on the pastor and not the church, not the word. You know what I'm saying? People would be brainwashed by the person that's operating the church and get wrapped up into all of that bullshit.
Let me tell you, one time, and I told this story before, but one time, this is when I really felt like I wanted to leave the church, but I was too young. At that age, I couldn't tell my mama no. You know what I'm saying? My mama would fuck me up. But I remember I was probably about 13, and the pastor, because it was a female pastor, lined us. And by the way, the for y'all who might not have seen my the 3-part series, was it a 3-part series or was it a 4-part series? But I did a series on my pastor's oldest son.
I remember you talking about that.
Who went to prison for life. My pastor's son who went to prison for life. I interviewed him. We grew up together. We went to church together, and I hadn't seen him in a long time. And when I asked about him one time, one of my friends was like, "Oh, he's in prison." I was like, "He's in prison? Why is he in prison?" And they was like, "Because he did this, that, and the third to some woman." And I was like, "Oh my God." And so I reached out to him and I wrote him, and I didn't even think he would write me back, but he wrote me back. And I was like, "I would love to talk to you." And that was at the beginning when I had the hood table. That was at the beginning. And I said, "I would love to talk to you and interview you on how the fuck you ended up in prison." But from all the things that I know that he's done to even friends of mine in church, mainly, particularly in the basement of the church.
Mm.
Things without people's permission in the
Mm.
church. If you know what I'm
Mm.
saying,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
absolutely believe that he's right where he belongs. But even if you listen to those that interview that I did, because when you're in prison, you can only talk for so long on a phone call.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
that's why we had to do like 3 or 4 phone call interviews.
Yeah.
But on the phone calls, he's still to this day, he even denying the reason why he's in prison. And
Yeah.
it was against his own wife.
So he's still
So
saying he innocent.
he still claimed innocence. And I know for a fact, this is not allegations. I know for a fact that he did things to people in my church, my
Mm-hmm.
friends. And I
Mm-hmm.
also know for a fact the reason why he like he is because of his mother, the pastor. I know for a fact that he actually had confirmed through other people in the church, including his family, that things happened to him by way of
Mm-hmm.
his mother when he was growing up.
That's sad.
So this is the Pentecostal church that I
Mm-hmm.
was raised in. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why nothing surprises me. Like this lady that's in the B sector, nothing surprises me that people is with the shits. They
Now, is
with
she
all the shit.
Pentecostal?
They with all the shits, huh?
Is she with the Pentecostal church?
Who?
The first lady
No,
in the.
she's Kojic. She's Kojic. But as far as like all the
Oh,
shit that goes on here, like she's been around for years.
I,
Matter of
I
fact,
know. Because she
after
a
listening
panel
to
killer.
yes,
She's like a number one panel killer.
girl, after listening to Just Krista today, talk on what up, TC? Hell, A Blue 05. What's
Hey,
up? What's
TC.
going on? Hey, Patricia. After listening to what up, UNM J30? How you doing? Make sure you guys like and share the video, please, and thank you so much. They said, did Jesse Jackson run that coalition? I don't know, but rest in peace, Jesse. Rest in peace to Jesse Jackson. But after hearing Just Krista, did you hear Just Krista on VS today?
Girl, you know food, no Just Krista.
Okay, so this what had happened. Just Krista hit the link,
Mm-hmm.
and she was explaining how she first met the first lady.
Also, she knows her.
I didn't even know that the first lady went back so far before the beef sector.
So she was around during the Blab days?
Just Krista said they had met, and it was like somehow they met online before the B sector, and they were discussing things in the church sector or church whatever topics. And then Just Krista and them had suggested that she start a YouTube channel because the first lady, she was into like fashion and into different things like that. And she was into like purses and things like that. They said she was really into like was it the Louis V? I can't remember. Gucci something. But she was into a lot of that, and she used to show off a lot of her purses and but I was just surprised that she went back that far. So Just Krista said when she left, because remember Just Krista left the Blab, she left whatever sector they was in where she met Jor and what's his name? Sean Bradley, where she met them and stuff. She had left YouTube for years. And when Just Krista came back, she said she was so shocked to see her in the beef sector. She was like, what the fuck is you doing over here?
I'm here trying to save souls.
Like, what the fuck is you doing over here? And there's somebody backstage that I'm not familiar with. Big Reed.
Never heard of him.
Throw up my banner. Let me throw up my banner because I don't
be careful.
I don't know. Hey, what's up?
Hey, baby, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. I got sweet potato pies and pumpkin pies. I got chess pies, for sale. I'm from the Mo 3 sector. This is Big Reed. I was a part of the freestyle competition that what's that girl named Nessa? Yeah. This Big Reed, baby. You don't know Big Reed?
No, you said you was a part of a challenge on Nest.
Yeah, I won the freestyle battle on this. You don't know me, baby, Big Reed?
No, I
Mm-mm.
don't think I don't think I seen that challenge either.
I
Or you
didn't
didn't
even.
take that challenge?
Yeah, I don't think I saw that challenge.
Well, this is definitely Big Reed. I'm from the Mo 3 sector, baby. You know Paulette and all them.
Paulette Waters.
You don't deal with Paulette Waters?
Well, I mean, I know her.
Yeah.
I know her. Yeah, I know of her. Yeah.
That's my baby. She's a wonderful old lady. I love her. I sent her some Avon products a few years back. She told me they're working great. I sell Avon too, by the way, baby. If you ladies interested.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, what's up? Do you got something to add to the commentary?
Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, baby. I don't know what's going on. I'm just on YouTube, just trying to sell these sweet potato pies and pumpkin pies and chest pies. And you know I got the Avon products too,
All
baby.
right.
You remember Skin So Soft?
Yes, I remember
I
skin.
got a
So
I
good
got an
for mosquitoes.
unlimited supply, baby. I unlimited supply, the best prices in the market. And your local Avon lady can't mess with me. We can get them delivered and all that, baby.
Well, I know they worked real good for mosquitoes back in the day.
That's what they use them for, mosquitoes. That's why the barbecue be smelling like that stuff in the
Yes,
summertime.
exactly. I know y'all in the chat remember that. Yeah, that was good for the mosquitoes.
It
That was some good
still
stuff. That was some good stuff. I wouldn't lie to you. And I got it, baby. One of the fewest in the country that still got their collection of Avon. The skin's so soft. Hey, you
Oh wow.
oily. Hey, you slide right out the car, baby. Stuff. Hey, you so slick. I know you remember.
Yeah, yeah. I remember. I remember.
But okay,
Oh
baby, I'm gonna let y'all go on and finish your conversation. Just know, you can contact me, Big Read Live.
okay.
So we can get them sweet potato pies and them chest pies and them pumpkin pies.
Well, you know, I'm actually a custom cake decorator, so I might make my own desserts. But for anybody else out there who might be interested, y'all hit up Big Reed, baby.
will.
But yeah, I make my own desserts. The table said, keep it going, sis. Child, Linda said, not that banner. That is why T.I. and Fitty is beefing right now. Okay. You said she's been messy over the see, and that's the thing. A lot of people say I did not know El Blue that she's been around that
Me
long.
neither.
I'm thinking maybe 15, 16, 17. This was way before then.
Now,
Way before then.
was she the one who turned out to be the sponsor for the first Vegas trip?
They do believe that she is the sponsor for the first Vegas trip. They said that it was somebody who was rich.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they gave her some other they mentioned other things that had something to do with her. But as far as somebody in the sector, they do believe that was her. When they was showing when VS was showing the footage or whatever, from the church page
Mm-hmm.
and from the Deluxe's personal page, it looked like she probably could damn well have some money. It looked like they church might be doing really well. But my thing is, when I say nothing surprised me when it comes to church people like the mess. We like the shit. It was always some shit growing up in church. Always some
Yeah.
shit. You could
Yep.
never, man, from Sunday to Wednesday to Tuesday, and we went to church damn near every motherfucking day. And don't let it be a revival. Don't let
Oh,
it be a tent revival. And we
Lord,
out there
send
in
me a
120
revival.
degree weather under a hot ass motherfucker swatting
Yep.
off flies and mosquitoes in the middle of the motherfucking summer.
Mm-hmm.
It be shit going on all the time from the pulpit to the
Hershey.
usher board to the choir. It was always
Mm-hmm.
the deacons, the not the food board.
Did y'all have Baptist Training Union, BTU?
Well, see, the church I currently go to is a Baptist one now, but
that's right. Pentecostal.
I honestly don't know because I don't be involved in the most I do at the church that I belong to now is when they be having like when they would have like bake-offs or they need stuff for food or something. I would bake cakes or something like that. But that's it. I don't really participate in all the church shit, and it's mainly just because of all the shit that I've been through. I might go to church, but I'm not going to be on all these committees, and I'm not going. But I definitely make you a badass cake, and you can give it away or donate it. I gave away cakes. I made cakes for donations at church, stuff like that. But I don't get involved in all those other.
Yeah, I went to one of them churches where we had the building fund and the building didn't never get no building.
Child, TC said, "Don't tell him anything else." The hood table. I was quite surprised, TC, because I'm like, "You from Mo 3?"
Yeah, I don't know a lot of Mo 3 people though.
And you found your way over here to me? That's very surprising because I don't be in the Mo 3 sector. So I don't know. Maybe somebody shared my video over there. I don't know. But I don't know. I just had to keep my banner up because I don't know that person. So, and that I watched some challenges. I don't watch all the challenges, but I don't remember that challenge that he's talking about.
I don't either.
Yeah, but I'm sure if he mentioned it, I'm probably sure. I would hope he wouldn't lie. So he's probably correct on the name.
What did he say? It was a spoken word, or what did he say?
He said it was a what kind of challenge did he say that was, y'all? Something to do with music, lip sync? No, not lip singing. It was. Damn, I can't remember. I'm getting old, I guess, because I don't even. What up, Castro? How you doing, love?
Hey, Castro.
But I don't even remember. I don't. Did I miss anybody in the chat? I hope I didn't miss nobody. I think I said hey to everyone. Our shit don't be deep like some of them channels, so I can actually say hi to everybody. I know when you got big chats, they be like, okay, I'm gonna say hello, everybody. How are you doing?
Yeah, I don't see how they can well, I guess that's why you got moderators and stuff. Because I'm like, how do you even manage a chat that big trying to respond and all this stuff?
You see what TC said? Don't remember lies too easily. But you know what? But back to the shit. So, okay, so the first lady is in the B sector. We always knew that she was a first lady. Nobody, I don't think nobody ever really had an issue. There were some times when people would speak out, oh, she's messy, that she's supposed to be a lady of the church. The same thing they say about RNY. Because RNY, they say she's a church lady. Why is she, went in there? Why is she?
I think the thing with her was her timing was always bad. Like, it'd be a good conversation going on, and she'll hop up there and I'll be like, why y'all let her up?
Yeah, she'd have done it on my channel too. And I never had a problem with her. But I do notice that sometimes when she jump on people's channel, that people will be saying little snide remarks in the chat. Like people don't like to
she don't read the room. She don't read the room.
Yeah, and see, that's why I don't hit panels unless it's like somebody invite me to do a show with them, something like that. I don't hit panels like that.
No,
but sometimes people might be like, hood table, hit the panel, hood table, I want to talk to you. And I might get up there for them, but I don't want to be one of those people that people be like, oh my God, we don't want to hear from the hood table. Get her down. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hit panels like that. But the fact that she is a church lady and the fact that she is in this messy ass sector and the fact that she do support a lot of messy ass people, it says a lot on what I be talking about when it comes to church people are the messiest people on this earth. Church people are the messiest people on this earth. Like let me say this. I'm gonna just be honest. Not all church people are messy. Not all. Because when I
Right.
talk about my mother, and I don't give a damn if y'all think I'll be putting 20 on 10, but when I say she never cursed, she never listened to worldly music, she wouldn't even watch a TV show that had murder in it or sex or anything. We couldn't watch none of that shit. We couldn't listen to no R&B. We read our Bible and prayed when we got out of school. I mean, my mother was strictly church. Strictly church. So I can say that about one lady for sure, and that was my mother. When you get home from school and your homies come over and knock on the door, can Poo Poo come out? No, she's praying right now. Would you like to come inside and join her? No, we was a really strict religious household growing up. So there's no way that I know that she would be involved in any B sector shenanigans or even that would be.
It don't sound like she would.
It never. And when she was alive and I would talk about some of the things that go on YouTube, she would just listen at me like, for real? What they doing that for? What? Oh no, you be careful. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was really religious. She was the most Bible thumping.
She was a believer.
She was definitely a believer. But again, like I said, our church pastor had a lot of people brainwashed in that church.
And so that's the sad part.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the sad part.
Yeah, they was brainwashed, that's why I left home and my brothers left home. My mother had no control of us after we got high school. I at least I stayed until I was about 17. My brothers though, oh my God, my brothers, it was so bad. They had stopped going to school. They was really, really out there in the streets. I mean, all the gangs and activity and shit that was going on back in the 90s. And, our family was a part of that.
Did she?
My cousins, brothers, they was a part of that shit. And it got to the point where she couldn't even do anything.
Well, did your mom ever see the church for its true colors?
Nope. Not even to the day she died.
Well,
not even to the day she died. She never saw the true, never. And the thing about it was, and what's up, Jay Dunn? And what's up, Noble? How you doing? You Jay Dunn and praise the Lord, saints. My mom, when she passed away, she was still going to that church. And it was sad because the pastor, when I say I wanted to whoop a pastor's ass,
what she do?
Pastor, she did the eulogy. What do you call it? The
eulogy.
Not the eulogy, but no, the eulogy is only when you read the stuff, right?
The eulogy is like the message at the funeral.
Okay. Well, she gave the eulogy where she basically preached. Why? And people still talk about this to this day. Me and my dad and my brothers, we was like so lit after the service. All she did was talk about her motherfucking self most of the time, about her planes and her furs and all the things she done garnered over the years. She was talking about, she went into, I done traveled all over the world and I done did this and did that and I done made money. I mean, I don't know how it went from you doing a eulogy. It started off as a eulogy, but it ended up with her. And see, that's what I'm talking about.
Self-promotion.
That's what I grew up with. That pastor right there. And that's why I left home. And that's why me and my brothers ended up just showing out as teenagers. Like, mama couldn't do shit with us. It got to a point where she couldn't do shit with us because of the shit that we were seeing and witnessing in this church that was coming back to hurt us. Like when I told y'all the story about how when I was getting to that earlier, right? When I was 13 and the pastor lined up all the females in the church, right? And we was probably from, I want to say maybe from 10, 11, 12, all the way to maybe 20. He lined up all the girls in the church. And she was like, I'm going to tell y'all who out there having sex.
What?
And this how the pastor talk. I'm going to tell y'all out there who all having sex. Who out there committing adultery and who out there, just fornicating. I'm going to tell y'all need to watch y'all daughters and y'all need to keep them locked up and y'all need to, just all that kind of stuff. Why was I bitching?
What? At 13?
She mentioned me, and I had never had sex.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I never
Mm-mm.
ever had sex,
That's
and I
crazy.
never even had a guy touch me. I never kissed a guy or a girl. I never done anything.
So she just
And
pointing
so,
out people kids and got the parents thinking so because I'm assuming your mama believed them.
yep. And when I got home, I got fucked up.
Ooh.
That was one of the main reasons why I left home. I
I
got
wouldn't have
fucked up.
never
And
I
not just
wouldn't have
me.
never got it past it.
A lot of the other girls in the church, and mind you, I grew up with these people, so we know everything. You know what I'm saying? When you're friends with people in church, you know everything. You gossip. You on the
Yeah,
phone. If you
yeah.
got boy problems or if you hollering at a boy, we don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So I'm knowing that the only ones that's really fucking is the
Mm-hmm.
ones closer to 18 and 19. We know they fucking. We
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because we all cool. We all cool. We all friends.
Yeah.
And so, but us younger ones, she was like, yeah, she having sex too. You better watch her. I
See, she
got home.
wrong for that.
Fucked up. I got fucked up.
That's
I got
crazy.
fucked up. I got mail. I got fucked up.
For nothing.
And I'm up here like,
Now, our pastor didn't do that, but what something that he did do that I didn't really care for, like if anybody got pregnant in our church and they weren't married, they had to come up to the front and ask for forgiveness. I'm like, what we
oh, we
doing?
had that shit too. It's awful, Mr. Boston and Linda. It was awful, but that's the church that I went to. A lot of people went through the same shit. Don't get pregnant in church. Oh, you humiliated
Yeah,
every
they put them
church.
on the spotlight in the spotlight
You
and
was humiliated.
stripped them of everything. Like if you were in the choir or you were doing
Yep,
anything, once you got
yep.
pregnant, you done. I'm just
If
like,
you
I
an
wish I
usher,
would.
if you an usher, if you in the choir, if you
Mm-hmm.
on any board in the church and you got pregnant out of wedlock, that's what they
Yeah,
call it, pregnant out of wedlock. Oh,
fornication.
fornication. Uh-huh. Yep. They would take whatever role, whatever title you have in the church, and they will sat your ass down and then
Mm,
humiliate you. And every church service will be about fornication.
yep,
Every
yep.
church service.
Just publicly shame you.
I'm telling you, that's that Kojic bullshit. That's that Pentecostal bullshit.
Well, it spilled over to the primitive Baptist because that's what my mom's church was,
Girl,
primitive
I
Baptist.
don't know what the Baptist is that I go to. I just know it's Baptist. But when I tell you this, I've been there for years and I ain't never experienced any of the shit I went through
Uh,
at that Pentecostal church.
PC
Never.
said, would that be for both men and women? No, it was just the females. I ain't never
I
seen no boy had to stand up front and apologize to get
nope,
no girl pregnant.
never.
Never.
Never. They never went in on the boys. It was
Mm-mm.
always the girls and the women. Always the
Mm-hmm.
girls and the women. Never
Yep.
the boys.
Never the boy.
They were like we were the ones being sacrificed all the time. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why I left that motherfucker and I left home. I left that bitch. When I say I left home with my backpack full of school books and I had on my McDonald's uniform and went to work. And at work, I was wondering where the fuck I was going that night. And I left home and I never looked back. I never went back home.
Yeah,
Never.
and see that'll leave a bitter taste in your mouth about church.
It does. It does. And that's why to this day, I never look at church the same anymore. I might
Yeah.
go to church, I'll go there to commune and be with my church family, but that's just not my church. This is worldwide shit.
Mm-hmm.
We see
Yeah,
the shit
that's
all
true.
the time. Pastors touching kids, pastors doing this. Remember the video that was exposed like 3 months ago? The pastor cussing out his wife like she was a motherfucking bitch on the street.
I don't think I saw that.
I played that shit. I'm gonna have to find that and play it again some other time. But somebody recorded him cussing out his wife. He was like, "Who the fuck do you think I am?" When I tell you, he was going off. This is a black pastor. Look it up. Just type on
I
Google
believe it.
"black pastor caught cussing out his wife."
I believe it.
And she was up there. I'm sorry, but I didn't mean to. This is a grown ass lady. They got to be at least 55, 60. His
Mm-mm.
husband and wife, pastor and first lady, they got to be at least 55, 60. And she's up there being all humble. I'm sorry, but I was trying. He just kept cutting her off. Shut up when I'm talking to you. I was like, that's the type of shit that goes on in them Pentecostal and Kojic churches.
And that's like I was watching what's R. Kelly's wife
Drea?
Andrea, and she was talking about how she was raised by her grandparents, and her grandfather was a really respected minister at the church. She was saying she grew up seeing him buzzing his grandma upside the head, cussing her
Oh,
out,
that was
all this stuff.
normal. That was normal. Beating your woman's ass. Oh, that was normal. And then you come to church on Sunday acting like everything okay.
In the pulpit.
Child, let me tell you something. Okay, now, what up, TC? How y'all doing, boo? Did I speak to TC already? Now, I told you this story right now. I told y'all. Matter of fact, I just spoke about it again a couple of weeks ago. When I was a little girl, I went to church with this family, right? And a couple of the children of the family were my really, really good friends. It was a brother and a sister, but they had a whole bunch of other brothers and sisters. But then was the two around my age. And this was at that motherfucking Pentecostal church.
I remember you talking about this.
One of their older brothers, I had went downstairs to the basement of the church to use the bathroom. And I was like 5 or 6. And church was going on upstairs. I had to pee. I went downstairs to go to the bathroom like I always do by myself. One day I went down there to use the bathroom, and it was a man in the corner jacking off and telling me to come here. Now, at the time, I didn't know what he was doing. I didn't know what jacking off was. I didn't even know what a penis was. I mean, I was like 5 or 6. I didn't know what the fuck he was doing in the corner. I just knew that, you know how the hairs stand up on the back of your neck? Some people talk about that.
Right.
That was one of those experiences where the hairs on the back of my neck, I got chills. I didn't know what he was in the dark, Mel. He was in this little, and matter of fact, I was just speaking to one of my homegirls who's related to them.
Yeah.
We were talking about this. The story that I'm about to get to next, too. We was talking about this maybe a week or so ago. We was reminiscing about our Pentecostal days. And she said, I remember when you told me that story about him. And she said, I believed you. I believed you. I believed you when you first told that story, because them motherfuckers, is something wrong with that whole family. But she said, our friends, the sister and brother, our friends, they cool. It's the older ones, because what happened was this lady had all these kids, and you know how people have a lot of kids and some of them super old, then they fuck around and have kids years later. So the ones that was around our age, they was real cool. It was the older ones who was into some fuck shit, right?
Yeah.
So he was trying to get me to come into that dark corner, and I was so scared. I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew if I went in that corner, something just told me that something bad would happen. But I didn't even know what bad would happen. I didn't know sex. I didn't know none of that.
You just knew something was wrong and that wasn't right.
I took off and ran. I ran upstairs. I hopped on my mama's lap, and she was like, "What the heck? What's wrong?" And I'm just like sitting there, nothing. I'm just sitting there. I didn't even know.
You're just a baby.
I saw. I didn't know what was going on. So years later, after that, one of the sisters of that brother who tried to lure me into that corner in the basement of the church, she and her husband was arrested for unaliving the sister's goddaughter. The sister of my friends and of the man who tried to lure me into the dark, one of their sisters had married a man named Asa Carter. Look the story up, Asa Carter. And Asa Carter one night told her, I want to have sex with you and your goddaughter. And the goddaughter was 7 or 8, 7 or 8. And she said, this is what she said. But when me and my homegirl was talking about the story about a week or so ago, she said, I don't believe the wife, which was the sister of the man who tried to lure me, right? Because what the wife said was, we were in bed, and I guess the goddaughter was sleeping in the bed with them in the middle or whatever. Yeah. And she said he was in bed, and he told me, I want to sleep with you, and I want to sleep with her. And if you love me, this is what you'll let happen. So the wife said she got upset. They argued, and she left. She claimed she left for about an hour or so. And when she came back, The husband was like, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. And she just immediately panicked because she was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she claimed she ran up in the house, ran up in the bed. Now, this is in the projects. This is one of the project sectors. We had a lot of projects back in the day. They tore down now. But it was in like the projects. They called it New Jack.
Mm-hmm.
And no, matter of fact, nope, this was in the Vietnam projects. They called it Vietnam projects. And so this happened in the Vietnam projects. And so she went upstairs to the project and she saw her goddaughter there dead.
Well, she shouldn't have never left her there anyway.
Exactly. The man entered every orifice that he could on that little girl. Every orifice.
That's crazy.
Little 7-8-year-old girl. That was her goddad. And the girl, the sister of the man who tried to lure me in the church, she was the godmom. Basically, he did everything he could to the girl, mouth, anal, everywhere. And then he smothered her because she kept screaming out in pain and screaming out in agony. And he smothered her with a pillow to stop her from screaming. Mind you, the godmother, went to the same Pentecostal church that I went to, and her brother tried to lure me in the basement. You see how I'm putting this all together, the puzzles?
Yeah.
Okay. And so basically, when I was talking to my homegirl, now the husband got life because they found the little girl. The wife helped him get rid of the little girl. They took her, but threw her behind a dumpster, like a few blocks from the projects, and took her and threw her behind a dumpster. And so then the wife called the mother of the daughter and said, I don't know what happened. She got upset in the middle of the night and ran off. Lied.
Right.
And so when I was talking to my homegirl last week, she said, I think that she lied. I think she was there the whole time. She said, because why? She was like, if you were told that by your man that he wanted to sleep with you and your goddaughter, would you leave your goddaughter?
Hell no.
If this man is demanding and saying, if you love me, you'll make this happen, would you leave your goddaughter?
And
so I never thought about that until last week when me and my homegirl was talking about it. And she's close to that family as well. And she said, I never believed from the beginning, way back in the 90s when the shit happened, that she actually left the house.
So she thinking she was in on it?
She thinks she was in on it. Yes. She thinks she was in on it. Because I can't imagine, when I think in hindsight, I can't, I couldn't do that. First of all, I'm going to tell the motherfucker, you can get the fuck out.
Right.
Or me and my goddaughter leaving and we ain't never coming back.
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine leaving no innocent little child with some big grown ass man who wants to have sex with her. And just leave her?
And then she done helped him
in the bed.
Hide the body.
Child, and then she helped him hide the body. So she ended up getting like 7-8 years, and he ended up getting life, and then he ended up dying from cancer in prison. So he never got out. He died in prison. She ended up doing 7-8 years. She's out. She done remarried and everything, girl.
Just moving on with her life.
She just moved on with her life. And I was like, man, to this day, I would be whooping that girl, Mel, every time I saw that bitch. If anybody see that bitch anywhere in the city, I'm pulling up. Tell me where she at. Because I will whoop that bitch's ass on sight every fucking time I saw her.
It wouldn't even be no whooping. She wouldn't be here.
Girl.
She would be gone.
Just I can't even imagine what that little. I just when I heard that story, I was younger then, but I was so distraught because I couldn't believe that somebody could do that to a little girl.
Right.
You know, when you're younger, we old heads now. So when we hear shit like that, it's like, oh, somebody done got caught doing something to a kid again. But when you younger, you be like, why would somebody do that to a little kid?
You know, it takes a very sick mind for him to even say that to number one, to think about it. But then you gonna suggest this to your girlfriend?
Growing up Pentecostal. That's what I'm about to name my segment. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start it this year. That's what I'm gonna do. I've been putting it off, but I want to talk to people who have grew up Pentecostal,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna discuss stories and things that we experienced and went through. That's what I want to do. That's really what I want to do. That's just one scenario, along with the creepy ass brother of hers in the basement.
Yeah.
Ain't no telling what would have happened. I could have been that little girl. Come to think of it.
Yeah, you know what? The Lord was looking out for you.
And,
He
and, and
made you have that uncomfortable feeling, even though you didn't know why.
but I always, man, I'm telling you, I have been in certain situations
Mm-hmm.
where I have been in situations and I would have that same feeling, like I
Mm-hmm.
need to leave. I got to
Right.
go now.
That
Like
discernment.
it don't matter. A grocery store, a movie theater, somebody's
Yeah.
house, a party, a club. I will get that same feeling when
Mm-hmm.
I think something's about to happen really bad, and I will get the fuck out of there. And next thing you know, something then went down.
Yeah.
So I always had that. I don't know, it's a sixth sense, something like that. I don't know.
I put it in the category with discernment.
Discernment. I don't know, but I've always been like that. Even with my kids, I've always
Mm-hmm.
been like that with them. Mm-mm. If you
And
feel it,
that's like with people. Like, I don't know about you, but like within the first encounter I had with people, I could tell right off whether this is gonna be somebody good. You know, not that I just can sense their whole whatever, but you just get this feeling like, nah, me and her ain't gonna vibe, or me and him,
yep,
not, yeah.
I'm the
And
same way.
I'm gonna say, I say 90% of the time it'd be right.
I'm the same way. I am the same way. Whether it's at work, at school, in the neighborhood, neighbors, when I used to stay in the projects, it didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
could spot somebody dead on and I could have one conversation with them.
And you get
And I
that
will
feeling.
know if I want to fuck with them on a friendship type of level. Just like the shit that goes on YouTube.
Yeah.
I can see somebody act out a certain way and I'll
You
be like,
right.
I don't want to fuck with them.
Yep, yeah. It might be the first time you seen them on a panel or the first live you done went to, but you just get this feeling like, ah.
And I'm usually always right. Always right. And I know we're in a messy part of YouTube, you guys. I know we're in a messy part of YouTube. It's a lot of messy parts of YouTube, and we're in one of them. So there's a lot of messy people. But my thing is, I'm big on because see, when I was out there in the streets and I would get in fights all the time, I
Uh-huh.
never fuck with people.
Mm-hmm.
Never fucked with anybody. I never started a fight. I never picked a fight. I was
Right.
never a bully. People would pick on me and they would start shit with me and I would whoop their ass. And that's how it always been. And so I see the same thing in the B sector. Some people on here, they bullies, they just fucking with people, just be fucking with people. And then
Yeah.
some people on here, they don't be doing shit. They just be
Yeah.
doing their thing, whatever. And then somebody come at them and they clap back. That's how I
Yeah.
was. That's how I still am, even in real
Like,
life. I don't fuck with people.
I'm like that too. I say I don't act, I react. It depends on
Yep,
how I treat you. It depends on how you approach me.
exactly, exactly. And the ones who always fucking with people just because
Yeah.
that's the people I
The
don't want to get close to.
bullies.
Not even in real life, because I hate a bully. I
I do
hate a
too.
bully.
I do too.
I had my experiences with bullies, and I had to knock one of them motherfucking. It was like David and Goliath. It was at the
Mhm.
Pentecostal church. It was like David and Goliath. This big ass, 6 foot ass teenage girl wanted to fight me, and I was like 11 or 12. I
Was
was
that
like
the
11
one
or
where y'all
12.
was out there fighting at the
That's when
revival?
we was fighting. That was no. This wasn't the revival fight. This was at the Pentecostal church fight.
Okay.
I had 2 fights at the Pentecostal church. One with a guy and one with a girl.
Uh-huh.
And the boy to this day, we cool as fuck. He's one of my Facebook friends. That's how I still got this scar on the back of my right fist. Because when I swung at him when we was on the church van didn't have the cloth at the top of the van.
Mm-hmm.
So when I rest around from my seat, and I raced around and stomped his ass in his face with my fist. My fist scraped the top of the ceiling of the van. That didn't have to protect. You know how some older vehicles, they don't have that shit at the top.
Yep.
So that's how our church van was, and I scraped my hand. I was bleeding all over the place while I was whooping this nigga ass. Blood was everywhere.
You ain't rest around, did you? You say you didn't rest around.
Rest around. This nigga hit me in the back of my head. I must have rest around. I was whooping that nigga's ass. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's one thing. I can't say one thing about me. I never lost a fight.
That done trigger me. Because you know when somebody got to rest around and do something to you, they finna tear your ass up.
Girl, I rest around. I fought that nigga, but I'm telling you, after that fight, we was cool as fuck. Like, we was cool. We cool to this day. Like, to this day, every time we see each other, what up, nigga? But the female that I fought, she wanted to fight me over some bullshit because she was a blood, I was a Crip. You know, I was from the Crip family, she was from the blood family, and she wanted to fight me. And we ended up fighting, and I whooped her big, giant David and Goliath. It was I'm telling you, it was like a David and Goliath situation. Everybody thought I was gonna get my ass whooped, but I was too quick. I was small, but I was quick. And I fucked that bitch up. I beat that bitch ass so bad. And then her cousins, who were my homies, I thought I would have issues with them after the fight. You know, you family. I'm a friend.
Right.
You know, when I got on the church van with my homies who were her cousins, they was like, man, it's about time somebody whooped that bitch ass. I was like, what? I'm like, oh, y'all wrong. That's your cousin.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, because that bitch, she thinks she
a bully is a bully. I don't care if you family or not.
Girl, I just knew I was about to get into another fight on the church van. But I whooped that bitch's ass. That was one of my favorite fights out of all the fights I've been in growing up. That was one of my favorite because I was scared.
That's on your top 10.
I was scared. Girl, I was scared. I probably weighed about 90 pounds.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I was real little. When I was little, I was real little. Like when I was like 12, 13, I was real little. And she had to be like at least 160, 165.
Ooh.
And she was like, because I was like probably 5 foot even at that time, maybe 5'1". And she had to be at least like 5'10", 5'11".
Oh,
she was way taller and she was way bigger. I mean, she was back then, that's what you would call a fat girl.
Uh-huh.
Nowadays, you would call her like solid or big boned or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fat today ain't the fat of yesterday.
True.
But back then, a chick who was like 165, 170 pounds, you call her fat. But she was big. And she was tall. And she was in sports, so she was solid.
And you done whooped her ass.
Girl, I whooped her. I must have whooped her. Girl, I kid you not. I whooped that bitch ass. And it was a wrap. As soon as I got on top of her, all I needed was to get on top of her. And I got on top of her, and it was a wrap. Bam, 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 all in her face. It was a wrap. It was a wrap. But I thought I was going to get into another fight once I got on the church van with her family. They was like, shit, fuck that shit, fuck that bitch. I'm like, that's your family. They was like, shit.
Sometimes blood ain't thicker than water.
See, the thing was, we was all from the hood. The people who like rode the church vans and the church buses, we was all from the hood and from the projects, didn't have no vehicles, so they would transport us to church. Their family members were really like, they were well-to-do. They had the nicest clothes, the coolest hairstyles, purses, cars, you know what I'm saying? And so that particular cousin was really bougie. She was really, really bougie. So I think that's what played a part in the other cousins like, fuck her. She thinks she all that. She needed to get her ass whooped. Child, I want to tell y'all, that was a 10. That was the top 10. That's a top 10. Sure, I know some of y'all out there used to fight when y'all probably was younger. And shit, that was a top 10. That was one of my favorite fights. And what's up, Charlie? Hey, boo, how you doing? Now, Messy Auntie said, where is your old co-host? I enjoyed y'all commentary. Which co-host? Hey, Charlie Boo.
What up? What up? What up? Which one?
What
Yeah.
up, what up?
Was it
now?
me, Choreo, Sislo? Like, which one we
I
talking
don't
about?
know because I had so many co-hosts, especially when we used to do the Friday night lives. I had like 5 or 6 co-hosts.
I know.
Oh.
We had Bro, we had Sis, you know, with so many.
I talking about Carmel Diva or Sislo or
Choreo Love.
Choreo. That's our girl Choreo. I don't know who they talking about. Hey Mel, welcome back.
Girl, I fool around and kick my own self out. Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Miss Melissa.
That's okay, boo. But yeah, somebody said in the chat, where's your old co-host? I enjoyed y'all commentary. I mean, chemistry, but I don't know if they're talking about Choreo or Carmel Diva or who was that? Cisco?
You done had quite a few.
I done had quite a few.
I think when I started watching you, it was Sislo and Carmel.
Carmel, yeah.
Yeah, when you first started watching, because see, when I started the Hood Table, we started off doing Friday Night Lives. I think maybe 4 or 5 months after I started the Hood Table, and it was strong every Friday night.
Taking the shots. And I remember the other guy name. His name was Curtis.
Oh, Curtis! Oh my God! You know, me and Curtis go way back, so we're Facebook friends and everything. He's doing fine, doing good.
Because he used to be funny. Him and Miss Sislo used to flirt.
Yes, I miss him having him. See, I think Curtis had got into like a relationship where he couldn't be on social media so much.
Gotcha.
And especially not flirting like he used to be, because you know he was single when he used to rock with us. And then he got into a relationship, and it was like, you know, he kind of like slowly, you know, backed away from us. But then every now and then he would like drop down in the chat. But then after that, I haven't seen him in a long time. But you know what? His father still does my line. Because you know,
shout out Big Riggs.
We used to joke about that sometimes, because I be like, you tell your daddy to get over here and cut my damn grass. I ain't gonna tell my daddy shit. So we used to always play like that. But yeah, his father been cutting my lawn and tending to my yard for almost 20 years.
Wow.
That's how long his father has been my yard man. And it's not only Curtis's father, but it's also Curtis's brother.
They got their own
like a family
lawn care service.
Yeah. And they've been doing my yard
too.
for years. I do not do yards. My son, I never trusted them with my yards. And I used to get a lot of flack when they was younger. You better get them boys a lawnmower and put them back there in their yard.
We had to do that shit.
Yard. And that's what I paid for.
We was the hired help at our house, because every week, me and my brother used to alternate. One of us gonna do the front, the other one gonna do the back. And we ain't had no riding no more. We were pushing that bitch.
Pushing that thing. And here's the thing. When one gets tired, the other one start up, and the other one gets, and you better do the same amount of work, because I better not be pushing more than you is, or we gonna have problems.
We thought about it, because we never could decide which was the bigger, the front or the back. I had real bad allergies. I would be sneezing and stuff. My dad like, take some Kleenex out there with you. You still got to cut that grass. I'm like, I know this ought to be against the law.
Between my 2 jobs and when I was going to school, because I always kept a couple of jobs and was going to college, and then my sons going to school and them playing sports, like literally, if you got a kid who plays sports all year round, I'm talking about the school and with the
travel ball and stuff,
the elite programs, there is damn near no break. I'm talking weekends. We up at 6 on the weekends, and that's Saturday and Sunday. I'm talking about all day weekend tournaments. I'm talking about through the holiday. It's Christmas. Why the fuck is we at a school for a basketball game? Like, I mean, they schedules were so busy, and then the school and the homework and chores and whoop whoop whoop. So the cutting the grass, that was the last thing I ever thought about my sons doing. Yeah, like they do so much throughout the week, they're exhausted. And on top of that, I like my yard to be manicured and looking professional, like all the other yards in the neighborhood. So I hire somebody to do my yard. They did other chores around the house, take out the trash, clean up. They even do baseboards and clean walls. I mean, my boys weren't like spoiled like that. They did chores, and anything that they got that they really, really wanted, like expensive shoes or video games, you know, they earned it. But
Yeah.
the fact that they didn't cut grass, I used to get a lot of flack from people. Like, you talk about my kid cutting grass, but you got a whole teenager with a baby. Like, you talk about my son's cutting grass.
Let's
but
talk about it.
Selling out of school. You talk about my kid cutting grass, but your child is disrespecting you.
Right.
Cussing you out.
That's crazy.
And the church saying,
and Charlie, I know you from the South too. Down here, well, you younger than me though. Back in the day, spring break, they used to call it AEA week. And what you did was you clean and you worked the whole week doing cleanup, spring cleaning.
That was spring cleaning. What you talking about? That was help mama take stuff out the closets.
We didn't have no spring break. We didn't have no Christmas breaks. We didn't have no Thanksgiving breaks. We didn't have none of that shit. It was sports. Like all the time.
It wasn't sports for us. It was do this work. You do this over here. You do that over there. You go help your grandmama down the street. Your auntie around the corner.
Girl,
changing out your winter clothes for your summer clothes. Clean the closet out. Detail the cars. Wash the windows. Everything.
Sports was life. But when it came to house tending and stuff like that, we always kept, and I still do, we always kept a clean house because I didn't have the type of kids. I wouldn't allow them to be the type of kids to fuck up my house.
Yeah.
The room clean.
Oh, my son keeps his room clean too.
I would walk in there at nighttime. They about to go to bed. You need to clean your room before you go to bed. You need to clean your room before we go to school. You need to make sure. No, it was no messy nothing. That was something I did get.
Was you one of them parents that made them make the bed every day?
Yes.
See, I don't make my bed.
Yeah,
my mama made me
make your fucking bed. I don't even care if it don't even look that good.
Look,
throw that blanket over that motherfucker. Throw that blanket over that bed. Put them pillows on top, and let's go. It didn't even have to be all, fancy, smancy. Just straighten it out. Just whatever, See,
there's two things. It's two things. When I left home, I said I wasn't doing that shit no more. Ironing clothes and making a bed. And to this day, it's got to be desperate measures for me to pull out an iron. Because we was ironing every Sunday night with the faultless starch and everything had to be creased perfectly. I'm like, when I get grown, I ain't doing this shit.
I never was an ironer.
We didn't have a choice.
I had an ironing board when I first moved out because that's just something people had, right? My mama had it, my grandma had it, so I got me an ironing board. And what up, Riggs? How you doing, love? And Bird.
Hey, Bird.
But I had an ironing board, and every now and then I used to iron. But then, fuck that shit. I start putting shit in the dryer. Ain't nobody got time washing clothes and ironing clothes and all kind of bullshit. You trying to run a whole household, and you barely got time to breathe, sleep, or eat. I had my life with my boys was hustle and bustle. Yeah. I still to this day don't know how I survived, y'all.
Oh, that mommy adrenaline.
I don't know how I survived. I don't know how I was able to keep a roof on their head and go to all these games and pay for all this extracurricular shit and all these trips that cost $500, $600, $800. I mean, I worked my ass off raising my boys. And of course they have fathers, so their fathers paid child support and did extra shit on the side too. You know what I'm saying? I never had to beg them for shit. Your son want these $200 LeBron James. All right. So I never really had to beg them to do shit, but still to run a household and I'm the primary parent. That's a lot of work.
And then when you got more than one kid too.
And they both play sports. Sports is so expensive. If you don't have kids that play sports, you don't understand. And you don't understand that crazy, hectic schedule. It's like no break. No break.
ATC.
It was really a lot, but I never... You guys, if I could go back, I'd do it all over again because it taught my kids so much to be part of these teams, and it kept them off the street. The main thing I was trying to do is to keep my sons off the street so they wouldn't repeat behavior of me and my family members. So they wouldn't be out there in the street and hustling and slanging and gang banging and all this kind of shit. So I kept them in sports year round, and I never regret it. It was hard, but I'll never regret it. I never regret it.
Because both, it seems like they both turned out to be responsible young men.
They all right. No, they all right. They all
Don't do my nephews like that. Don't do my nephews like that. See, if Cam was here right now, I'd be like, nephew.
He would be like, he's like, Mama, you know what? But no, Cam was here today, y'all. Cam, Tuesdays is his short day at work. So he usually works like 5 to 9. So I hit him up last night, and I said, before you go to work, could you please stop by and change the ring battery in the backyard and take out the trash? He was like, all right, I'll be there. I mean, I have some good sons. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have some good sons. And he came over here, and he was like, where the battery? And I said, you ain't got to do this no more after this, because I'm going to buy me a step ladder. Because it's kind of high up, on the house.
Yeah.
And I said, and he used to do it, of course, when he lived here, or my oldest son, when they live here. And I said, I'm gonna buy you a step ladder. He said, are you sure you want to do that? And I said, what you mean? He said, Mom, are you gonna be safe on a step ladder? Like, my son's is like legit, like protective, okay? And he's like, just hit me up, hit me up or your other son, and we'll come and do it, Mom. I'm like, no, I'm gonna give me a nice step ladder that I can step on with like 3 steps, so I can change it myself. And he's like, all right, whatever. And then when he was on his way out, I was like, don't forget the trash. He was like, all right, love you, Mom. See you later. So I don't have no problem with my kids doing things for me or nothing like that. So I think I did a pretty okay job. And they got their own family.
I'm like you, though. I love the fact that my son is so tall because I'm short and I can get him to reach things that I can't fucking reach. Like, son, can you reach up there and grab that for me up yonder?
I love it. And that's what I miss. And they know their mama is short. So that's why Cam is like, Mom, you don't have to get a step ladder. If you want us to come change the outside batteries, just, hit us up. But yeah, I love my sons. I love my sons to death. The oldest one, he hit me up yesterday, and he was like, it was early in the morning, and you know how sometimes you think your kids just want something.
Yeah.
And he was like, good morning, my beautiful mother. And I gave him all the side eyes, right?
Like, okay, what you want?
My sons play like that. We'll play like that. Like, they'll send me something. I'll send 1,000 emojis. It can be anything from a dog to a car to a punching fist to a stop sign, to a dancing, to a crying. I will send like 1,000 emojis. They're like, Mom, I don't understand. But it's a joke. It's a joke, right? So I sent him a whole bunch of side eyes, and he sent me a whole bunch of side eyes. And then I sent a whole bunch of more emojis. And then I said, good morning, my handsome, furry face oldest son, because he never wants to shave. But yeah, we play like that. Did he
ever get his car straightened out from that accident?
It's still in the motherfucking shop. And I asked him about that the other day. I said, when you getting your car back? Because his son's mother just got her a really nice car, right? With the taxes, okay, with the taxes. And so they now got another car, but his car is still in the fucking shop.
Okay. Well, at least he had options. Some people car break down, that's it.
Oh, well, see, he still don't even use her, because where he works at, like, they have like a really nice, cool clique of friends. So when somebody's doing bad or car broke down or whatever, he always can find a ride. So, and he works like probably 30 minutes away on the interstate. So that's probably like an hour away, not interstate. So he works kind of far, but he gets rides from his friends. Yeah. But still, I just be like, damn, when you gonna get your car fixed, bro? But yeah, we always had that type of, it could be like I told y'all before, like parents, I feel like parents should have fun and kiki with their children. Even when they're young, it's okay to have fun and joke around and kiki, but you definitely, there's a thin line. I can go from we having fun and we can be tickle fighting, we can be all that, and I'll be like, nigga, if you don't get in there and do it, I'm gonna fuck your ass. It can go like in 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
now that they older and stuff, we have a great relationship. I love my sons. I absolutely adore them.
Well, you
But
done seen me and mine on Facebook. We used to do a lot of silly stuff and act a
yeah.
fool. But, you know, she didn't hit teenage now, so she don't be really feeling it like that.
Oh, of
So,
course not. And that's why you have to take advantage of all that shit when they're younger.
I
Like
know. I feel like I miss my baby.
with my grandbaby, that's why when my before my grandbaby was born, I told
Mm-hmm.
my son, and my son, he already know how it is, right? Because he lived
Mm-hmm.
with me.
Mm-hmm.
So he told his baby mama, when that baby is born, he's no longer ours. And that's what he told her. And she was like, okay. And when he was born, remember it was a Rona, right?
Yep.
So I still had him every other day at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Every other day. I had him every other day for almost a whole year. And I told him before he was born, my baby is going to be with me all the time because I want to have a very, very strong bond with him before he hits 1. And the reason why
Yeah.
I know how kids are. I know how kids are. They can see you, they can have a relationship with you, but once they get a little older and it's time to drop kids off and all that kind of shit, what do a lot of kids do a lot of times?
They don't want to go.
Y'all should see, boy. Y'all should see this boy when he come. And this was at a very young age when he was 1.5, 2. Like when
Mm-hmm.
if they even get close to my house,
He want here, yeah.
and if they ain't going, if it's like not his day to come over, he will have a fit. And then when he do come over, he comes in, take my shoes off, take my clothes off, and he go run and he go get in his play clothes. And he get in his non-slip socks because my floors are slippery. They that wood shit. And he'll get in his play socks and he's home. And he'll go to his bedroom with all his toys and TV and he's home. And that's exactly how I wanted it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I wanted it because I already know once a kid get a certain age, that's all gonna be like really rare.
Yeah.
For them to spend time with their grandparents or their uncles or their aunties.
Because I know we moved closer to my folks when Naya was 8. And so I was excited because we were like in Birmingham, which is like an hour and a half away, but we would be back and forth, you know, going to see them. So I'm like, okay, now we close by. She can spend a lot of time over there. So the older she got, though, she would be like, well, why Granny can't come stay with us? I'm like, I'm trying to get rid of you. I ain't trying to add no extra people over here. But you know.
I be with my baby all the time. I be with my baby all the time. Like last week, I told my son if he don't spend the night with his grandma, because that's the only place he go. They really protect him. We all are protective. I mean,
yeah, I'm like that too.
So he'll only go to his other grandmas or me. If something happens to him,
Mm-hmm.
it happens at one of our house. So last week they said, I don't know if he's gonna spend the night. And I said, well, you call me. If my baby don't spend the night over there, you call me because I didn't have to work last weekend. And so they never called. And so the other day I was talking to my son. I said, you never called. Did he spend the night over there? He said, nah. And I said, why did you call me so I can get my baby? He said, because he was over there damn sure until like 8 o'clock at night. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. But yeah, I be with my grandson all the time. I don't give a damn. We have fun together. We be over here kicking it, drawing, coloring, watching cartoons, playing games. We be doing all kind of shit.
Well, at least you get to be a young grandma. You know, mine, she's still a teenager, so I'm like, damn, I'll be old by the time she has some kids.
But it's still okay, girl. You better do them knee exercises now. Make sure you go on get in the gym. I'm about to get back in the gym because I need to work on some shit. So you know, I'm a thickum, so I'm gonna need to work on some shit. I told my son I'm about to go get in the pool, even though I can't swim. And he's like, Mama, what you gonna do in the pool? I said, I'm gonna stand by the side of the rail and I'm gonna hold on to the pool and I'm gonna do my exercises.
Well, you know, I hear a lot of people do those water aerobics too. You don't necessarily have to know how to swim to do those.
You don't, but see, the thing about it is, the last time I took water aerobics, they would be in the middle of the pool, and I can't swim, so I would always be to the side by myself, and it'd be kind of lonely. It'd be kind of lonely. But I would still be over there doing my shit, and the lady, she would be like, "Come on, I ain't gonna let you drown." No, I didn't almost drown 3 times in my life. There's nothing that you could say to get me in the middle of that water when I didn't already almost drowned 3 times over my life.
I
No,
can't
I'm
swim
good.
either.
I'm good right here, holding on to this rail, kicking up my legs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Red said, shout out to the vertical. Red said, what? Red, it's a lot going on, boy. It's a lot going on. We covered
It's
a lot of
lot
shit.
going on now.
We didn't went through we didn't talk about Lemon and VS. We talked about the
I got one thing to say about that.
No, Charlie, I gotta ask you a question. Charlie.
Okay. What's the question?
How do you feel about her saying something about getting a coalition for VS?
Okay, first off, that was crazy mess. Second off, haven't y'all learned not to sit there and poke and play with bears and lions with meat suits on? Y'all just walking up in the line then going,
why somebody just sitting there minding their business, just doing a
you don't poke. It's like, I'm going to say this. I would never in my life poke VS. I ain't never poking Diva tomboyish. I'm not that stupid. Okay.
There's Diva, VS. It's certain people in this sector. I'm not even going
poking them. I ain't even. I'm like, hey, we good? How you doing?
Hey,
hey, Grish, how you doing, girl?
Grish, I ain't fucking with Grish.
I ain't fucking with people. Mama taught me to be a smart
in a while.
Not a dumbass.
Grish don't pop out like she used to, but I ain't fucking with Grish. It's probably about 5 or 7 people that nope, I will never. Nope. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it.
You won. I lost.
I lost.
Like it ain't even worth it.
I ain't even ashamed to say I lost.
I walked straight away and say I lost. I'll tell them I lost.
Yeah,
it don't make me weak. It makes me smart. See, you being a dumbass.
That's what people have been telling him. Like some people is like, oh well, she wants people to be scared of her and da. No, it's not about being scared. It's about when I saw, because I discuss what I hear and see, right? So when I heard and saw Lemon like going off because she said she think he's gay. And he wants all the smoke, and it went on not just one video, not 2 videos. He want all the smoke, all the smoke, all the smoke. You're telling this to VS. You're not telling this to, I don't even want to name other people in the
me. You're not saying it to Charlie.
You're not saying it to right, Charlie, or you're saying this to VS and all the people that warned him. And again, I said this, Charlie, because I don't know how long you've been here, but I made sure that I said it's not like I'm praising it or I'm behind what people are doing, because there's a lot of people in this sector who I like and support who might do things that I'm like,
we may not agree with it.
I might not agree with it, but
it's their choice. And here's the thing. Know thy opponent. Always know your opponent. If you're going up to beef with someone, regardless of who it is, know your opponent. Know how far they're willing to go. Know how far they're willing to get you up off of them if they got to.
And be
ready. Lemon ain't that new. He know. He
knows. He was over there with Sir King. Lemon's been around for years. You already know your opponent. Now the thing about it with VS is, and she is one of the people that I like a lot in the sector.
It's just like, I ain't going to mess with Five Babe. I ain't going to mess. A lot of the OGs, I'm telling you, he don't know the OG game.
One of them. Five Babe is definitely one of them. Do not fuck with people if you don't want that clap back, because you can throw a rock and they could come with a pistol. And there are certain people in this sector who will do everything and anything to get you off top of them. Like when we was talking earlier, Charlie, when I said, who was the first person in the sector who went to somebody's church? It took a minute. Nobody knew who I was talking about, but finally Vibrant said, was it 5? I said, yes. How do y'all forget that she went to Wiley's church?
Mm-hmm.
This shit is nothing new. Nothing new.
I ain't fucking with none of the OGs. So I'm gonna tell you something. They'll have people show up to your house because they ain't even got to do it. I mean, look, SB had people showing up to people's, I ain't doing it. I'm not stupid. I'm not playing dumbass games and winning dumbass prizes. Hell to the no.
Absolutely. That's exactly one of his quotes.
I don't remember what happened. I know even with that whole Phi Baby in church thing, I remember her warning Wiley and telling him to back off her. But do y'all remember what he had did? Didn't he have her on a website or? Mm-hmm. No, he did. He did something specific, and she told him she gave him a time limit. She gave him a time limit for whatever it was to either take it down or stop doing it or whatever.
He had posted something on his website, but I can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah. If it was her daughter, or if it was her, or if it was, I can't remember what he posted on a website.
But it was on his Wiley.com. It was, you know, his Wiley thing, his WileyShow.com or whatever he had.
But yeah, it was like you said, though, she was responding because she had told him to cut it out, you know, leave me alone, whatever.
And she first was calling the church, remember? She was first calling the church, and then she was like, fuck that shit. She didn't say they was going. They just showed up, and she went live. And all I remember is red carpet. I remember the outside of church, a little raggedy. I remember the
still had like a screen door.
Falling off. Yeah, the screen door looked like it was about to fall off. I'll never forget that shit. And I was there for the shits. And see, that's what I'm telling people. A lot of these newer people who are in the B sector, they don't know about the old ways that people fight. And so they might be like, oh, well, that's too far. That's too far. No, that's how they fought back in the B sector. This is nothing new.
And here's another thing. I'm going to say this. There's certain people in the black sector I will not fuck with. You couldn't pay me to mess with them. I don't care. I don't mess with none of them. I ain't playing black T sector. Same way. There's some over there. I ain't mess. I'll go visit. I'll say, hey. And that's about as far as it's going to go. I'm not stupid, right? You got to know your opponent, know where you're headed. And if somebody tells you specifically, all you got to do is apologize or back up off me, stop what the fuck you doing. Don't keep going like a dumbass, because you're going to make it worse and worse and worse and worse. Your best bet with these ones that go low is to back up, apologize, move on to something new. Because, yeah, you may think you're ready for that work, but you really ain't, baby. I promise you.
But even before VS has said, and I can't remember who panel she was on where she said, she want an apology. Even before that, she had told him leave me alone, whatever, and he had went live and he said what he said, and he was dragging her, and you know, then he came live and he hit other panels, and he was still with the shits, and people was like warning him, please, Lemon, just stop. You know, some people think that if they stop, that it's saying they're weak. And a lot of people are saying also, it's not saying that you're weak. It's not saying that you're scared. It's saying that you don't want to fight that way.
You're smarter than that.
If you want to fight that way, then keep going. If you don't want to fight that way, then just leave the shit alone and live to see another day.
Yeah.
I will take that defeat every day, all day, to protect my family. Because I'm going to say that to me also shows you don't give a damn about your family and the people around you or anybody in your personal life, because they'll start contacting them. They'll start doing things. You know what I'm saying? And if you really care about the people around you, don't play with people who play dirty. Don't do it. Take that L, walk away, play smarter, live to find another day. Go fight with somebody who's just going to keep it superficial. You know what I'm saying? Don't. And when somebody tells you to back up, that means back up. Don't keep playing them games. Know your opponent.
But even still, like when it comes to the response that she got after saying, I believe he's gay. And Charlie, we were talking about this earlier. How many people have said that Lemon is gay?
So many.
And I have never seen him go this hard on almost everybody in the B sector think he's gay.
Yeah, it'd be easier to say who don't think he's gay.
Yeah, who don't think he's gay is the question. Quick account. Like, who don't think he's gay is the question. It's a lot of people who think he's gay.
I think he's bi, but that's side the point.
And if you are gay, it's okay if you are.
We don't care if you is you ain't what you're doing. We don't really care. People can have their opinion. Just like, heck, I'm gonna say this. because I'm a tomboy, right? And if you meet me in public and whatnot, I'm wearing my blue jeans, my t-shirt, my hair. You know what I'm saying? So I've had people assume that I'm a lesbian, which I am not.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And I don't care because it does not bother me, and it should not bother you about anybody questioning. You know what you do in your bedroom. It should not bother you, even if they did know what you're doing in your bedroom, because you shouldn't be ashamed of what you do. If you you got a problem.
Especially on YouTube. I mean, these are people you even see in your real life.
Yeah, so why is you letting that bother you?
Yeah, I don't care.
But I'm gonna say this:
like you said, when it comes to the audio, they was like, "Well, damn, he didn't even come at audio that hard, and audio went to his house."
Yeah, or others who have went even harder on him. There have been other people who have went harder on him, and he just hushed up on them.
Mainly men.
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, because I've seen the chats, and I read and I watch and I pay attention. A lot of the people in the chat was saying that VS was going to be an easy target for him. That's what he thought. He should have did his research.
I did see that. Yeah,
he thought they were saying she couldn't drag. It don't matter about the drag and toe tag.
VS has already said, Charlie. VS has always said she's not a good dragger.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying?
No, you ain't lying.
She has always said I'm not a good dragger.
She's always been better at like the comedy aspects of it, like doing skits and shit.
At comedy, she might cuss you out. She might because there's a difference between dragging and there's reading, and then there's just like Rick. What do Rick?
Gags. She's better at the gags.
She's better at the gags because Rick Reed does like I'm gonna read you for the facts of your life. Things like that. So there's a lot of different ways that people fight on here. VS is very good at the gags. She's very good at the gags, but she's also very good at taking shit outside of YouTube. And I mean, like you said, there's certain people will say, "Oh, I ain't scared of Diva. I ain't scared of Grish. I ain't scared of VS." And we can say a whole lot. I ain't scared of fire. I ain't scared of trees. People can say a whole lot of shit. But the thing about it is, if you get into that position with them in that ring,
know
how they fight, and how they fight. Don't get mad when they fight how they normally fight.
Mm-hmm. Don't be mad when they throw sand in your eye. You know what I'm saying? In a street fight, there are no rules. So if somebody wants to take a piece of sand and throw it in your eye, they have the right to do so. You have to, like I said before, know your opponent, know where you're fixing to go, and be okay with where you're fixing to go. Like you said, the hood table, right? I knew the person who doxed me, I knew that was their thing, right? And I had to be okay with it. I prepared my entire family. I prepared everybody around me that was a possibility, that might happen, right? Did the things where nobody would talk to him that was in my immediate family, correct? I already had everybody prepared. If you know your opponent and know how they fight, yeah, that white boy thought I was afraid of him. You know what I mean? I'm in the beef sector, baby. What you think? Like, you ain't shit compared to over here.
But see, that's another reason why I stood on this from the time that the beef sector was created. I've always watched and I enjoy. I support. I like, share, subscribe. I even donate from time to time. I do commentary, but I don't beef. Because I know it can take you into a place where you never want to go. And sometimes a place where you never thought people would go with you. So I'm cool on that. I'm cool just watching and doing commentary. I don't want to fight with nobody. Can't nobody make me fight. And people have tried to get...
Oh, I know.
Oh my God.
I jumped off the porch because I couldn't take it. And they've tried to get you. And instead of you doing it, I was like, my crazy just come out.
I don't want nobody.
No, you don't want nobody to fight for you. You've always told me that. You've always told me to stop. I will admit I've done it on my own free will and my own volition.
and I mean, I get it, but I don't have the energy or the mental. When I say mental capacity, don't get it twisted. I can fight. I can argue. I can cuss with the best of them. I don't.
But you like to do it in real life.
I don't want I don't like bumping gums and the lip fighting and the keyboard gangster. I'm used to fighting in real life and out in the streets and gang banging and all that shit. This shit on here, this arguing back and forth, it does nothing for me because I know you will never reach me. I will never reach you. You can do whatever you want behind the scenes or whatever, but you'll never step to my door to face no 9 milli. You'll never ever approach me in person. And so that's why I don't even want to play those games because I know what people do. They just doing it because a lot of people do it, Charlie. A lot of people do it like, okay, take the VS and Lemon situation. A lot of people do it because they want the clicks and the views and they want the attention. And they want everybody to believe they on this rah, 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 ha, 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 you know, pull up and shut up, you know, but shit, right? It's for the content, right? A lot of people ain't on that. It's just for the content.
That's what I was about to say about you. A lot
of people are on. They only on here for the content. They will never meet up with you behind the scenes. Like even a shit with Lemon. If somebody was to pull up to my house, I'd be running all around that apartment building. Where the fuck you at? That's just me.
Let me tell you something. And this is gonna say something. I would have been the first one out in the middle of the yard with my hair pulled up, my Vaseline on, my earrings off, and good shoes so that I got good grip. You know what I'm saying? I don't play them games.
It wouldn't have just been me because I'm telling you, like all the motherfucking rides we done in the middle of the night. Let me find out somebody coming to my crib. I guarantee you it's going to be motherfuckers lurking. It's going to be a caravan of vehicles. I don't care if it's 1, 2, or 4 in the morning. They're going to make sure that it's a fair fight. That's all I want is a fair fight.
See, but we're getting older
that's
now,
how our
too.
Family get down. That's how our family get down. We might be 100 of us. It might be 20. It might be 30 of us. But ain't nobody going to jump you. We want a fair fight. Just in case you come dirty.
Is that my sis, TC?
What up, TC?
I knew it was her by that picture. I was like, that's my sister.
What up? What's up? What's up, the hood, Charlie? What's up, Mel?
Hey, boo.
Boo in the chat. I just 2 seconds and 2 things. One, the hood table. I sent a listing of some scholarships to you.
And I got it, boo. I did get it.
Okay. All right. Please share. Okay. And secondly, I just want to say, I think the hood table. I think the last thing I said to, I said to. Yeah. Share everybody, as many people as possible.
Okay, because I know you and Riggs had a conversation about his son thinking about going to school out there.
Share it to our sister too.
Yeah. Okay. Share it with as many people, everybody. The money's on the floor, the money's on the table. I know a lot of folks are fighting. Everybody's in Iran, people in the beef sector, everybody's in Venezuela, Ecuador, Greenland.
I mean, they just shot up Riri's house the other day. Everybody on some bullshit right now.
You know, everybody's fighting. In the meantime, in between time, there are some people that we can salvage salvage them and get them where they need to go in safety. So look, get them some money, get them some scholarships. These are really easy scholarships. The way they're doing it now is not as intricate. It's not as intense. So, please just share it out with everybody as best possible. And last but not least, I did say to you, the hood table, I think one of the last lives that you did, not this Sunday, the Sunday before, I said, just beware of things that's getting ready to go on and happen. More to come. Stuff and things. And and here's the thing, to Charlie, to Mel, to the hood table. You can be big enough, bad enough to do whatever you do. Just remember, there's consequences to everything you do.
Absolutely.
And that's everybody. So here's the thing.
Message.
Choose your battles.
Mm-hmm. And I do.
And be mindful that if it don't necessarily touch you, it's gonna touch somebody you love in your family.
Absolutely.
And is it worth it?
I say, And it's
And
nothing
I
new.
say, and what did they say back in the day? What say you? I say no. You can call me, whatever, but I'm gonna tell you, the integrity, the dignity of it all. I would prefer to preserve those things than to be Billy Bad Butt, because Billy Bad Butts only get caught in the 6 feet under.
Exactly.
Facts.
And I ain't never been a
understand?
Billy Bad, but I've been a whoop your ass if you fuck with me. But I ain't never been a Billy Badass, just on some rah fuck.
There's
But
always
I stay in my lane. I stay in my
Right.
lane.
And
the
I mean, of
old
course,
adage.
if somebody lay their hands on you,
That's
Right.
different.
or somebody you, then that's a different scenario. Okay, very, 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 very different. But just
Pick your battles wisely, like
pick your
TC
battle.
said. And
Yeah.
there's always somebody bigger and badder than you out there. Don't act like you the biggest and baddest. And if you gotta say, hey, I take that L, I'll be weak, I'll be whatever you call me, to be smart and to protect those I love, I'm gonna do it all day, every day. You can call me what you want. I don't give a damn.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But you also, if we're gonna circle this back around, you also have to be aware of when and when not to react, and who and who not to react to, because we have to circle it back around to this situation that a lot of people are discussing. When it first happened, it was nothing. It was a mustard seed. What happened or what was said about him was a mustard seed. But he wanted to make it a whole potato, a whole watermelon.
Well, he keep doing the same thing with Diva too. And I'm like, dude, do you not know your opponents? Why do you keep playing these games? You're gonna win a stupid ass prize. That's what you're gonna do.
Glutton for punishment.
But I mean, there are things that people say about me on here, and it's like, so what? I have nothing to prove to nobody. I have nothing to prove to nobody, and I say this. When I say this, I am being so genuine. I've said it several times. I know he don't really watch me, but I have said this several times. Until you start taking yourself seriously, and until you start taking your platform seriously, people will never take you seriously, and you will continue on this horrific downfall, losing channels, losing out, losing money, and all these enemies.
Yeah.
And it's going to start with you being more sober on social media than drunk. That's going to play a part as well. Get you some help. Like, he might think people are just coming at his neck, but he needs somebody in his real life to tell him he needs help.
But he's saying like that type that ain't gonna listen though.
He ain't gonna listen. It's been so many people posting shit on their community walls, so many people reaching out, hitting his panels. Like, even Big Man TV. Y'all know Big Man TV done been through it all. He done went to heaven and came back, and that nigga's still here on a weight loss journey and shit. And he even said in his video like last week, Lemon, you need help. Big Man TV said that. You need AA, you need something.
I told him that to his face. I don't know if y'all know this, but I was over at Mika's house, Unapologetically Mika. And I told him I said it before he came up there. I said it once he came up there. I said, look, this drinking is for the birds. What you doing right now is not okay. It's not. You're disrespecting people who were your A1 day ones, right? People who had your back no matter what. I would never in my life think to disrespect the hood table. TC, VS, Miss Melissa. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there, when you have somebody that good to you, why would you do that in the first place, to disrespect them and call them out their name? You know what I'm saying? When they ain't never did nothing to you. Now, if they did something, I could understand, right? I could understand. But if they ain't did nothing and they got your back, and they literally have your back to the point that they're taking flack from everybody and their mama for being your friend, getting docs, everything run through. You get what I mean? Just for being cool with you because you causing problems, right? They're not even the problem. You're causing the problems, and they're catching the heat for it. You know what I mean? That to me is BS, because you're showing who you are, and the drinking is causing every bit of this. When Lemon is not drinking, he is a cool, calm, collected person. He's chill as fuck. I like it. He doesn't have to do this drinking shit to be that person, to be that funny, charismatic person. And I think he thinks he has to be that way or has to get drunk for people to like him, and that's just not the truth. And he's still hurting and going through trauma, you know, from the situation that happened. I'm not going to speak about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? He needs to go to therapy. He needs to get, because if he doesn't go to therapy first, AA ain't gonna help.
Well, you know, Charlie,
he's numbing that pain
with the alcohol. And Charlie, I know exactly what you're saying, and that's true. That he feels like he loves the attention. He's admitted it. He loves to be the center of attention. This is his words, and he feels like. And to a large part, he is true when he says, I am the content. People get content from me. I bring the entertainment. And he's true. A lot of us get our content from him because a lot of shit just lands in his damn territory. But what he feels like as well is that he has to continue to do all the things that he do in order to entertain. And I've said that before too. Lemon, there's a lot of people who like you. You have a lot of supporters. You don't have to do fuck shit all the time and be on here sloppy ass drunk and all this kind of stuff. Because I really think had he not been as drunk as he always is when VS had said that shit, I don't think it would have went that far.
I don't either.
He probably would have laughed it off and gave her a little crack back. And nothing too severe. You know what I'm saying? But liquor will make you get froggy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And make you do dumb stuff.
Let me just say this in conclusion. I know this is gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what the hell is TC talking about? But it you know what? Eventually one day you'll get it, and you probably will get it today. What is March the 10th, right, y'all? So the March the 15th.
Yep, March 10th.
Right. March the 15th is what we call the March of Ides. It's coming up. And it's Bible, everything. And the March of Ides was, of course, the day that Julius Caesar was assassinated. A very, I guess you could say, prophetic day, because the seer saw it coming. And
my daughter's doing that right now. That play.
Okay, right. There you go. And when you go to Rome, they'll tell you the story about, you know, that last meeting and all that good stuff. And then they talk about how everybody, you know, all of the senators, like, kind of like, I guess you could say, you know, stabbed them and stabbed Julius Caesar. And then the last person to stab him was Brutus.
His own
and
person.
Of course, and that was his closest friend, the one he loved. And he said, "Et tu, Brute." We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
Be mindful of what's about to come. Et tu, Brute. March the 15th. Watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Just watch.
I got you.
You'll be surprised. Okay? Yeah, it's March 10th, y'all.
All right.
All right. And this is for everybody, because I hear you who you're speaking about, but let me tell you, everybody can get it. Boom. And y'all know that saying, be sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everybody can get it. Watch who gonna get it during the March of Ides. Because everybody has sown their seeds.
Everybody gets a turn. Everybody can get a turn.
And they will reap what they sow. All right. But listen, ladies, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much. And y'all, and I appreciate y'all. I really do. Thank you. Let me
you too, boo.
Yeah. Let me scratch off.
I wish your butt would be around a whole lot more. You know how much I love you, sister, from another mister.
I appreciate you, sis. Don't worry. And I'm getting ready to go to the crooked letter I, crooked letter I. So be on the watch. I'm just visiting. I'm going to the sip.
If you come near Tupelo, hit a sister up. I will meet with
Listen.
you at lunch.
Boom, stick 'em, ha ha ha. Exactly. Yep.
They won't even know it. They won't even know it. You meet me and V. Lachey at the same time, and nobody will even know.
That's it. It's just I've been visiting various content creators and various subbies and things of that nature, and just having a ball and things of that nature. So yeah, what's that song? I'll be around.
She'll go everywhere, but the O&E, she ain't gonna come here.
See, but I'm headed out that way. I'm headed.
Don't let me find out.
Don't make me.
Oh, you kidding?
I need to make me a trip down to Newbies too, because we ain't too far. I need to get my butt down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying?
I love me some newbiology. I do.
Newbie, yes, in the building, y'all. But listen, thank you so much, y'all. Mel, as always, I love you, girl. I love you, Charlie and the Hood Table. Love you too. Love y'all so much. Y'all know y'all come from good stock. Y'all come from where we come from, all of us. So I appreciate y'all and the support, because you all have been unconditional. So I thank you for that. I just want to tell y'all that.
We love you too, girl.
I appreciate you. All right, well, y'all have a great one, okay?
All right, we ain't gonna be on here too much longer.
Okay.
Say that now. We say that now, though, Hood Table.
I know, right?
Right. And yeah, damn you to time said, all facts, Hood Table. Hills Lipsticks, Gun Boss Lady 1464 said, definitely agree. We speaking facts on here.
Here's the thing: when you try to help somebody, right? Like I come and I told him to face. I said, it don't, like, you think when people disagree with you, it comes from a place they haters, they don't like you. No, a lot of people are coming to you and telling you this stuff because they actually care. They don't want to see you crash out. They don't want to see those bad things happen to you. And I'm telling you, if you keep going the way you're going, and he keeps going the way he's going, it's gonna get worse for him too. You looking at a liver condition. You do not want. I have a liver condition from pregnancy, not even drinking. I didn't even get it the fun way. Damn it. Why couldn't I get it the fun way? It would have been at least a lot funner. But you don't want that. Trust and believe when I tell you, like, I was in complete failure. You don't want that. It's not fun. And every little thing you eat, you throw up. You know what I'm saying? It's not. And yes, you can stop the drinking and reverse the damage to your liver and live okay. And you have to go on a diet for the rest of your life and just pay attention to what you're doing. I can't even take estrogen if I get hot flashes when I go through the change, because it can affect your liver. I can't take statins for my cholesterol when I get older because it can affect my liver. How many medications that cuts out for me when I need things for health reasons? Like, he doesn't understand how much goes in it. My sister passed away at 38 years old from liver failure and kidney failure. He don't want that. You don't know what that's like. I've seen what she went through. I've watched her body decompose right in front of me for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? It started at 36. He's in his 30s, and he's been drinking like that for how long now? It's just a matter of time. It's not a win. It's not a if, it's a win. At this point, I'm not watching him self-destruct anymore. I cannot. I refuse. I don't go over there because I'm not going to watch somebody that I actually do care about, because I care about all y'all, whether you know it or not, right? Because I'm a person who loves humans, right? Loves other people. And I'm not watching somebody crash out and burn and ruin their life in the matter of minutes in front of my own eyes without saying something, without standing on something. Because if I say nothing and I'm just a yes man, right? I'm complacent in your failure. I'm not going to watch it. We just lost Sharika to the same thing.
She had liver issues?
Yes. Me and her bonded over that. Bonded over that. Does he not understand? Like, that should have hit home for him. You know what I mean? Like, me and her bonded over that fact. We talked about it quite often, our liver thing. So she's like, oh, Charlie, I can totally understand. You know what I'm saying? And she was telling me about some of her stuff. Like, don't he understand that? She wasn't that old. He ain't that old. You think it won't be me. It won't be me. Yeah, you might be one of the lucky few it don't happen to yet. You might be. But within the next 3 months, 6 months, you don't know. It could hit anybody at any time. We are not promised tomorrow. And in the Bible, there is a verse that states, taking care of your temple, right? Don't mar your temple. What that means is your body is your temple, right? You can decorate it or decorate it however you want. You could do your hair up. It don't matter. What it really stands for is you get one body, right? And if you don't take care of it, it's going to crash out before you get older, and you're not going to make it to those ages. How do you think our old people doing so good now? Some of them because they took care of themselves. You know what I'm saying? They watched it. They took care of their physical health, their mental health. He needs to do the same. And I'm just telling this from personal experience, who right now I'm fixing to go for autoimmune testing. Bruh, take care of yourself. I'm 38 years old. You know what I'm saying? Me and you ain't far apart in age. I'm telling you, please listen and take it to heart and really pay attention. But you can't make him change if he don't want to change. Because my ex was an alcoholic.
And that's the thing. You can't make you. We can. A lot of people have reached out. A lot of people. A lot of his supporters. A lot of the OGs. A lot of the older women. A lot of people have reached out to him and try to get him to stop drinking so much. And then like sometimes when he say I'm not drinking no more, and then like 2 days later this nigga drinking again. Like he ain't never stopped. And it's no judgment really as far as like when people see people drinking on here, but when we see your downfall, when we see you're reckless with it, that's when a lot of people talk shit, because people drink on you. Hell, I'm drinking right now. A lot of people come on here and got a cup.
Yeah, but see, you're not an alcoholic.
We have drunk lives. We even see Rick Reed have drunk lives. Rick Reed can go live 8 hours while drunk, but he ain't acting like none of that.
That's 1 day a week, though. And here's the thing. He goes to work the next day. He takes care of his family. He does his due diligence. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Some people can control, even if they're drinking, some people can control themselves and their behavior. And he's not one of those that can control himself and his behavior.
He's not a functioning alcoholic.
He's not a functioning alcoholic. Not at all. And I'm not calling Rick an alcoholic. I'm just saying he's one of those people who, if you can hold his liquor like that, you need to do YouTube without the alcohol. Why can't you drink after you're done going live? Or why can't you drink before you're going live? Because you coming over here doing that drinking, you just make yourself look so bad. And a lot of people who are over there, he can get 300, 400, 500 people in his chat. A lot of people is there because of the train wreck.
Yep.
Everybody who be in your chat is not a supporter.
They're not a friend either, because I'm going to tell you something. They're not a friend. They're wanting to watch the train wreck or want to watch you derail. And the ones who truly care about you, you'll know, because they walked away because they couldn't stand to see it.
Right. And you might be getting $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month because you got all these big chats. But trust and believe, a lot of people who might be contributing to that money, they don't give a fuck about you. Like I heard somebody say today that Lemon probably feeling some type of way because more people aren't coming to his defense because of what he got going on right now with VS. And they said that's how you know that people don't really fuck with you like that, Lemon. They're there in your chats and watching you because the fuck shit and because of the train wreck. Or they there to watch other people on your channel because you be having everybody and anybody on your panel. So some people are there to watch other people. But regardless of the fact, I used to, man, I'm telling you, and I don't hate Lemon. I don't dislike Lemon. It's nothing like that. But I used to watch Lemon. When I first found out Lemon was starting a channel, I was probably one of the most excited. I went over there. I subscribed so fast. I was on every live. And when he would go live for hours, I would fall asleep on his live and I would wake up to him talking in my ear. I mean, all the time. And then it slowly just navigated to this. It didn't start where it is now is not how it started. And we don't want to tell people what to do with their channel, right? We don't want to tell people how to act on their channel, right? But some people it's just like, I just can't, nope. I still like you and everything, but I just can't support all that. I can't listen to you. I can't listen to that. I can't watch you act a drunk fool every night for hours. I can't. But some people are willing to watch that shit, and that's why his chat still be big, because they out there for the train wreck.
Here's the crazy part, though. It's dwindled. It used to be between 600 to 900 people a night.
When he first started, yes.
A lot of those people have now since left because he's burned a lot of fucking bridges. The same thing that he has told to others about burning bridges, he's doing the same thing. Not too far long ago, he actually had quite a few OGs on his panel that we thought we would never see on a panel together. Never. We never thought we'd see VS and Tracy on the same damn panel, and Lady Nika. You know what I'm saying? All of them sitting up there chilling. You know what I'm saying? It could have got Miss Bizarre and others. You get what I mean? Like, we never thought we'd see that day. But he's literally burning every bridge and messing up himself right now. He's doing it to himself.
Yeah, I think he has that attitude like he is invincible.
Yeah.
And like nothing, like he's always gonna bounce back. And I think it's to the point that is arrogance.
Yep. You right, Mel. You right. And listen to this, y'all. Everybody who talks about it were haters.
Oh.
Yeah.
And even with the Sir King. Now, I like Sir King. I know a lot of people don't like Sir King. But when Sir King first came to Lemon and said, Lemon, you need to stop this. You need to do this. You need to
tone it down.
He's a hater. Everybody, Sir King is hating on you because you get the numbers, because nobody come to his platform. I think in the very beginning, when people saw Lemon spiraling under control, I think a lot of people genuinely were trying to help him, including Sir King.
Yeah.
But it gets to the point where you always trying to support somebody and get them good advice, and then it gets to the point where shit, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna just do commentary on this raggedy motherfucker. That's what he called himself, right?
And especially if he gonna turn around and cuss you out and treat you bad anyway.
Right. So, a lot of people just like, fuck it. Okay, we try to help. We try to give advice. Now we just don't talk about it. They're going to do commentary.
Yeah.
You want to be the center of attention. So, and the people who want to be the center of attention, the people who want to get all the clicks and the views and the like and all the money, they also turn around to be also the person that they don't want nobody to talk about.
Mm.
Yes. And thank you. Hey, Damon. Am I saying your name right? Demu 2 times?
Damn you 2 times.
Damn you 2 times. Okay, damn you 2 times. They said, see, the other night he said, y'all can take my channel. I'll just make another one. And well, you can only make so many channels before, you know. Y'all.
I will say this. I tried to tell him when they first was going after his main channel, his very first one, the one that he built from the ground, right? The one that he first had, right? I told him, I said, you're gonna need to do this, this, this. You need to talk to a real person. Told him how to get in contact. Most monetized content creators, you have a person that you can reach out to, right? But also you can hit them up on Twitter, right? To get someone to personally really email, like a real person to talk to you. They have a Twitter account. You can hit them up on Twitter, right? And they will get back to you at a certain point. And try to tell him he needs to get in contact with a real person, because the automated system is just going to do just that, automated system. So you need to actually talk to a real person and tell them the real situation that's going down, what's happening, how someone's trying to claim your channel art as their own when it's not theirs. You know what I'm saying? And all these different things. Tried to help him make channel art. Things that he could use. He never used it. I did make him the Tuesday ones and used the same like lemon figurine that he uses, but it had other stuff added to it, so therefore it was transformed, if that makes sense. For Teleport Tuesday. You try to help somebody out and they don't listen, or they don't pay attention. You just got to let them do their thing. And others have tried. I know many other people have also tried. Until he fights that main channel, I hate to tell him, everyone he gets, they can get his ass.
Yeah.
Because you're circumventing a ban.
And even if you change your name.
Yep.
So is it too late for him to try to redeem that first one? Is it like okay?
He could. I think he's I don't know. He'd have to speak to. He still has to speak to a YouTube person, because he tried to do it his own way and listen to other people. Now he's gonna have an even harder time at doing it. He's got to talk to somebody from YouTube personally. I mean, he could still possibly.
They have like a time limit. Do they have like a time limit?
I don't know. I do know that they usually give you a specific time to, and after you've already what do you call that? Appealed it once or twice, then they just take your shit. You ain't getting it back. And
Damian 2 times said, didn't he just get one back? I didn't know that he got one back. Did he?
He done lost like shit. 3 channels.
This is number
4.
5.
Yeah, this is number 5. So if he got one back, whether it be the second, third, that ain't gonna matter because the first is still. You get what I mean? So he really needs to talk to YouTube. And
I know a lot of people recently just got like some of their channels back from like
what's we call it? What's his name? The morning guy.
The morning guy
from the other sector who do content here now.
Vanier?
Yes, he got his channel back. Remember he had lost his channel?
I know Deanna got hers back. Deanna and I think Pizarro, didn't she get hers back?
I don't know. I know Deanna got hers back. I know Deanna got hers back after a long time.
Yeah, it was several people that, and they were saying, because Tracy got one back too, because they were saying it was like after a year or something. I don't know what the time was, but a lot of them got them back. I don't know what the basis was as far as like the reason they flagged them the first time. Like, is it still valid or? But yeah, some people been getting them back, but I don't know how.
I'll be trying to do my best because I know how hard it is. There are certain people on YouTube like me who don't have people get the hood table to 1,000, get the hood table, get her to 4,000, get her. You know, back in the day we used to support like that, but it's not like that anymore. So I can't lose a channel and then have 1,000 in 2 hours.
Here's the thing: a lot of the people who helped him get to those thousands on them other channels, he's since burned the bridge with, and they don't want to help him anymore. So you literally, the beef sector is who gets you, and you know, to those 1,000, but you're spitting on beef sector CCs and their subbies. Because here's the thing about the beef sector: we have camps, even if the camps are a little more separated than they used to be, right? There are still people who are hardcore for certain CCs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There are still people that are hardcore. And when they're hardcore for a specific CC and you spit on that CC, they'll turn their back, right? Like, let's say you spit on a Brianna or Miss Pizarro or a Lady Nika, then their whole camps are going to be like, I don't want to deal with you anymore. There goes 100 subscribers, 60 subscribers, 80, 200, 300. You know what I'm trying to say? Of B sector subbies, even though we all share similar subbies, even though me, myself, and I've stepped out the box. You know that, but when you come in my chat, you be like, who is all these new people? Right. But, you know, I try to stay true to myself, and I still cover like B sector every once in a while when there's something like this going on.
What you love to do. And I think, Charlie, you're doing what you were, I don't want to say born to do, but I want to say meant to do. Because you bring good commentary, and a lot of it do be like trending news or things about health and wealth, you know, things like that. But I think you're doing what you were meant to do. And that's the thing about it. Some of us do what we are meant to do, and some of us just do what we think people want us to do. And I think Lemon is doing what he thinks people want him to do, and that's to act all just crazy.
Erratic.
He don't have to do that. He does. I'm gonna say
really don't.
Most people flocked to Lemon when he was just being himself before he would start drinking. When he was still like, and he was just being himself. And people, hell, we were talking about chickens one day, straight up chickens, right? And everybody was having the best time in chat. And then Malik came and said, fuck them chickens. And ever since then, it's been a joke between the beef section, fuck them chickens.
But it was so funny that you say that, Charlie, because that's what I was saying earlier. When he first started his channel, he had really big chats. So, and he wasn't on all this shit that he's on now, and he was still getting support. So that's why when I say, if you respect your channel and respect yourself, people will respect you, and you'll still have supporters.
Because the fact of it
was what he was doing. I don't know what made Lemon think that what was working for him needs to be revamped, because it was fine. People loved him. People loved being there at nighttime when he first started, and it was the place to be.
And a lot of us just liked him from the Sir King. Avatar Nation days. I didn't really get into it when I did subscribe when he started his channel, but I liked his personality when he was over there. And when he wasn't doing all of this crazy stuff, and he still was likable.
And that's why I subscribed. When I first heard that he was, and after us watching him for all them years on Sir King, when I first found out that he would start his own channel, I said, "Oh yeah, I can't wait!" Because Lemon, everybody loved Lemon. He was funny. He could drag, he could gag, he could entertain, and from what we saw, even though he covers half of his face, he seems like a decent person to look at. You know what I'm saying? He had some of the ladies, but. So when he got his first channel, I immediately hit subscribe and a notification bell, and I enjoyed him. I enjoyed him so much. And then it just kind of went like, it got to the place where I'm like, I can't even, not even 5 minutes. I go over there now if I hear something happen or something was popping off, or, to do some commentary. Okay, somebody said something happened. I go over there and I watch and I do some commentary. But I can't even watch the whole, because I can't just watch a drunken stupor. I can't. It can't.
And it's not entertaining.
And falling asleep on his live. I mean,
it's sad to watch his downfall right in front of our own eyes. It really is. Because he is charismatic, and he takes everything that someone says as hate. But no, when people are trying to tell you these things, it's actually for your betterment. And sometimes you need to listen and humble yourself. And it's okay to have a little bit of an ego to I'm cool, I'm a good person, but it's not okay.
Confident.
Yeah, confidence is okay, but until you become egotistical. When you start making it an issue and think you're better than what everybody tries to tell you, or any advice. Like, I accept criticism. You know what I'm saying? Like, if constructive. And constructive, right? And everybody should be able to constructively. I said some things before that maybe I shouldn't have said it that way. So I took that constructive criticisms and I did my apologies, and I never said or did the things again.
Not the criticism.
I never did it again, right? I changed my behavior. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how we grow as adults. That's how we grow as humans, right? Sometimes certain people, they're not doing it because they don't like you. They're doing it because they do like you, and they're like, you know better than this shit. You know what I'm saying? So
why do y'all think, Charlie? Why do you think, Mel? Why do you think, Chat, that he feels like he has to act like this every night to get support? Because that's not how he started.
Maybe because when he was at his peak, he was acting a fool and he thought that's what he needed to do.
I personally think that he thinks he can't be his funniest, or can't roast and drag without it. Like, he sees it almost as a crutch in a way. And then when he's his craziest is when he gets a lot of cash apps and different things. So he thinks that he has to be that in order for people to like him. And that's not the case. Most people don't like Drunk Lemon. If you ever paid attention to even his first streams when he would be drinking during his drinking streams, right? A lot of people would check out when he got to a certain point of drunk. A lot of people would leave, right? They liked Lemon when Lemon was just being himself without the drinking.
True.
Do y'all think he ever goes back and watches himself?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. There's not enough hours in a day for him to rewatch all his lives. There's not, because I'm sure for the rest of the day he's sleeping the rest of the day, which he has said in the past he be sleep.
But sometimes you just need to see yourself to be like, was that really me?
And sometimes I'll rewatch my videos if it was like a really, really good live, but I just don't necessarily just rewatch my videos. Like some people rewatch all their videos, but
yeah, but you don't be drunk.
I don't be watching mine. I can't do it.
Sometimes if it's a really, really good live, I ain't gonna hold you. I'll go back and I'll watch that bitch. And but not all the time. I don't do it all the time. But you're absolutely right. When he started being really, really drunk, I can recall that people would say, I'm out of here, or I'm leaving, or the chat will start dwindling. But see, the thing that I really think motivates him to continue his behavior is, okay, I hate to say this word, y'all, and some people might be like, that's fucked up. The people who also want attention, who are clout chasing, and who want to be seen, and who might be having channels that they're trying to grow themselves. Am I saying something wrong?
No, they're trying to. No, there's a lot of people who are yes men to him because they have something they want to gain, whether it be attention, clout, mod sticks, whatever it may be, right? Whether they have some might have a crush, some may not. Some may, just want to, like, there's a lot that goes into it, right? And instead of being a true person and a true friend, I don't give a damn about that mod stick. I don't care about if you could help me grow my channel to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. I don't care about none of that, right? I didn't care about I only put more into my channel because others pushed me to do so, and they believed in me, so I had to believe in myself, right? And I'll never forget that. I always praise the people who, and they know exactly who they are. But like, here's the thing. He is moving away from the coreness to this because nobody is really standing. And when they do stand up, some are even afraid to stand up because they're afraid they'll get kicked out, and they actually enjoy it over there.
Them out like he has done to a lot of his supporters. And Charlie, Mel, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I ever get up here and be drunk and belligerent, y'all got my numbers.
Girl, I will call you and get you off here so fast.
Call and get me some help. Call my mama, call my brothers, call my baby daddies.
Don't think I won't find one of my nephew's numbers. Nephew, I cannot go get your mama.
There is never a time that I will sit on any platform of anybody I really care about, and you just drunk and belligerent and just acting a damn fool. I can't even sit there and support that shit. I'll be like, what the fuck is wrong with what? I see that's people will sit there and they laugh and ha ha ha, yeah, Jordan Dash living, ha ha ha. They act like they don't see a problem.
But it's like a saying, lady. I got this from Lady Nigga, and it made so much sense because she would be like, everybody who's sitting in your front row is not cheering for you.
Absolutely.
Some of them got them rocks here behind that back, ready to throw it at you at the first opportunity.
Shout out to Lady Nika, and that's all that people have been saying to Lemon for a very, very long time. A lot of the people who are supporting you, like now, I didn't say this, but there are people, I heard many people say it even today, that they think Lemon is feeling some type of way because people aren't defending him as much as he thought they would with VS. And people were saying that proves to you that you don't have the supporters that you think you have. You got people who watch your shows, but they're not really your supporters. Anybody can watch your show. I got people who watch my show that probably don't really like me.
And then the thing of it too is you can be a supporter and disagree. I mean, just because nobody's saying anything, sometimes the truth, you might need to hear the truth. Like, look, you shouldn't have picked this fight. I support you, but I'm not finna get on here and say something that I don't believe myself. Some
of the closest people to him have been telling him that. Why? They told him, don't do it. Just leave it alone. She wasn't even dragging you. She wasn't even talking about you like that. She wasn't even doing this. Why are you doing this?
Yeah,
And
it
he was like, fuck that shit. Ain't nobody scared. Ain't nobody scared. Fuck that shit. I mean, he was just like, I want all the smoke.
yeah. Well,
He got all the smoke.
he
Did y'all
get what
see
it
him?
is, bro.
Miss Melissa, I was saying the same thing.
But
He get
Charlie,
what it
did
is for,
y'all see
baby.
him? Did y'all see him? Whose live was that last night?
What that?
The other night that he was on. Whose live was that? It was VS. And
Lolo?
he hit the link. Was it Lolo?
Uh-huh.
That's the only one I saw.
Said, what you call my job? What you call
Oh
him
yeah.
for? What you
But why
call
did you
him
do
for?
that?
Girl, I
Sounded like a little innocent kid.
I was laughing my ass off. Why? Because nigga, you said you want all the smoke. And then he's up there on Lolo's. Well, what you have to call him for? What
Right.
you do that for?
Sounded like a little kid.
I'm like, nigga, you. It's
he
too late
literally,
now, nigga. It's too late.
I will say I watched something a while ago. Breaking news. No, it was earlier. ZX tried to tell him the same thing.
Yes, ZX and Kenola, a whole bunch of people, Charlie.
He ain't listening, and I'm gonna tell you this because you think you know it all. These people have been, even if you like them or do not like them, does not matter, right? They have been around long enough to know how this is gonna go. There are certain people have told him to leave Diva alone. She's not one to mess with. There are certain people that you do not play stupid games with because you're going to win some stupid prizes. When people are trying to warn you, it's because they know.
And it's not only VS. Like we mentioned a whole bunch of the other OGs who will really get out there and make the phone calls and come to your church and all that kind of stuff. It's not just her. That's what cracks me up like this day in 2026 on March 10th, because a lot of people is looking at VS is like, oh my God, why is she doing this? Why is she making phone calls? Why is she going public? Why is she recording this live? This is the shit that the B sector thrived on. Back in the day.
Remember when they followed Bree up in a restaurant, took a picture of her without her knowing it? How many times?
And Brianna thought it was somebody for the longest, and then Five finally, oh no, it was such and such. Like it's so much shit. I mean, the churches, the schools, Five was calling the college trying to get old girl kicked out of her dorm.
Yeah, I remember that.
And of course, the people who didn't like Five was, that's fucked up, bitch. But then the people who supported Five, oh, well, maybe they shouldn't have done that to her. You know, that's how it goes. The people who support you when you're doing shit like that, they're going to support. The people who don't like you, of course, they're going to say, that's fucked up. That's just how it goes. That's how it goes.
That's like, even with the whole Smooth Carter thing, the only thing Smooth Carter said was, don't misgender me. And he would leave him alone. But he still kept, and I'm just thinking, you don't want your channel. If this man is, or this girl, or whatever, I don't know what the gender is. Man. Okay. If they're telling you that all you got to do is this, and I will leave you alone, and you still beating your chest like you Tarzan, you kind of asking for it.
Right. And I have said many times, I'm not one of those old school church people who like, or even those regular people who like, if you're born a man, I'm gonna call you a man. If you're born a gal, I'm gonna call you a gal. No, I'm gonna respect what you want to be called. Smooth Carter hit my panel, I think at least once, maybe twice, but at least once. I know Smooth be in my chat. But Smooth had hit my panel and she had explained some shit that she was going through. Maybe he had explained some things that I'm sorry, it's kind of habit. But he had explained some things that he was going through with like Snoop and some other people, right? So me personally, I'm just like, I try as I might to respect people for what they want to be called. Even like the T.S. Madisons, whether you're a celebrity or whether you're somebody in my backyard or somebody on YouTube, if you want me to call you a man, I'm gonna call you a man. If you want me to call you a girl, now there's certain times where we might slip up.
Yeah, but that's not being malicious. Being malicious.
If you're malicious is one thing. If you're slipping up, It's a slip up. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
That's like a lot of people. I will say a lot of people did not know Smooth Carter, whether they were a male or female, because you just see a name.
I didn't know
right?
either. I didn't know either. Yeah.
Yeah, like because a lot of us only saw Smooth Carter in the
name,
chats and the name, so you don't really know as a like Miss Melissa accidentally. She didn't know whether Smooth Carter was a male or a female. She's like, I just know him as Smooth Carter.
Right.
And I know that Smooth is a man because Smooth Carter comes to my channel all the time, and he loves the way I say Smooth Carter. You know what I'm saying? Just the way that I say it every time I say it.
And I've had a picture of the arm.
Yeah, it's just something random. Like,
random. Yeah.
And so, like, here's the thing: I've had a lot of conversations with Smooth Carter, back and forth, and some people haven't had that opportunity, so they don't know. And those I can understand, right? If you don't know, but when you're doing it and you've had a conversation with the said person, or you know about their beef with somebody else, like I've told this. Queen Tulsa, I've told Queen Tulsa, like Dimples, all of them, I'm still going to call them by their preferred gender, regardless if we're beefing or not. I just might call you a bitch. You know what I'm saying? I might call you pejoratives.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Or might
but
call,
I'm not gonna misgender you. You get what I'm saying? Regardless if we fighting or we beefing, I'm just not. That's not in my heart.
I can see if you're beefing. Okay, let me keep it hood, right? I can see if you're beefing. If you're beefing, you're gonna go to the dirt, right? You can know that somebody might want to be considered this or considered that, but when you're beefing, I'm not saying it's right, but you're gonna go to the dirt. But on a normal everyday basis, to just misgender someone just for kicks and giggles, or to make it content. If they want to be called this, then call them that. And I feel like if I'm that person, if I'm in your chat, Charlie or whoever, and you keep misgendering me just to be funny, I'm not gonna come around you anymore.
Yep.
That's it. I'm not gonna beg for respect.
Exactly.
Smooth Carter, he could have just backed away, just not going the limits. But you can't tell him. We can't tell people
how to respond.
We can't tell people how to fight. And while they up there calling them a she or girl or female or whatever, and they want to be called a he or a man or a male or whatever, I mean, they have every right to either stay in that space or back away from that space. But some people, you just can't tell how to fight. They might want to teach your ass a lesson.
Well, that's super disrespectful too. Think about this. How many times has like Choreo Ben Lover been? People thought Choreo Lover was a male because she has a deeper voice,
low raspy voice.
And she had surgery. That's what people don't understand, right? Yeah. Same thing. Smooth Carter could be a natural born male and could have had something that made the vocal sound a little different. So therefore, you know what I'm saying? People assume. And when you make assumption, you're going to make an ass out of your damn self. So if somebody says they male, just like if he wants to say he's straight, I'm going to believe him on that until he decides otherwise. No matter, you know what I'm saying? He says it, that's what he is, right? Yep. If he comes out and says he's bi, he's bi. If he comes out and says whatever, I don't care. Because first off, I ain't sleeping with you. You ain't paying none of my bills, so I don't give a damn what you do in your real life.
I don't give a damn what you are. You know?
If you good to me, I'm good to you. If you an asshole, I'll be one right back.
Right. I just don't get it. I mean, I have a friend today that I grew up with in that Pentecostal church. And they were born a male. But I promise you, when they were little, I'm telling you, when I say, have y'all ever met someone who might be one thing, but they're really something else?
Yep.
And you be like, when they grow up, like, so this guy, when I was growing up, he was younger than me. And I was like, that nigga gay. I'm talking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. That's how young that person was. Because they were so flamboyant, the way they talk. I mean, it was just, I don't even think they knew at that time that they were gay.
That's just naturally who they were.
That was naturally who they was. But of course, us older people was like, then of course the church people, you know how they are.
Yes, Lord.
Anyway, years later, that person moved out of town, so I didn't see him for a long time. And then one day they sent me a request on Facebook. And I'm like, who the fuck is this? I don't know who they is, but then I started reaching out to other people because, you know, when Facebook kind of got popular back in the day and everybody was just friend requesting everybody, all the people
you had that people you might know thing.
The people you might know, the people you ain't seen since third grade. Y'all know how Facebook was when it first started. And so I was like, who is this motherfucker? Who is the y'all know that person? They said, that's the homie. Oh, he's trans now. And when I say trans, I mean all the way 360, top to bottom, trans. And if you didn't know this person before, you would not know they was a man before. That's how good they look.
Oh, there's some people that transition very easily.
So good. I would show you pictures, but I don't want to be doxing.
Nope, don't want to dox. And where we at? Baby, don't try to.
That nigga who used to be a nigga looks like a born, and I'm not exaggerating. I'm not putting 20 on 10 because I done seen people who tried to trans and you can still tell, oh, that was a born a man. They a woman now, but you can tell they used to be. No, when I say if you didn't know from the voice, the face, the features, the breasts, everything, you would think that was a whole woman, born woman. And he, which is a she now, is gorgeous. I mean, just beautiful, gorgeous. Just gorgeous. And they're married to a man. And they live their life as a woman for years. And I will never say he or male or, you know what I'm saying? I would never.
When you talk about their past selves, obviously you do. But when you talk about their future selves.
The past, right. But I would never. And that was a good friend that I was cool with growing up. We just, you know, some years apart, we were apart. And even though at that time back then, I was like, man, that nigga, yeah. Everybody like, that nigga gay. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, when it comes to the Pentecostal church, you can't live out loud like that. So he kept, which is a she now, but I'm just referring in the past. He kept all that shit underlined underneath and try to keep it all inside. But we friends knew. We just couldn't talk about that shit back then because of the church. So we would laugh. You know how somebody who is a male and they act like a woman and they try to you know, just always acting like a girl. It's like, okay, like the comedians, like Martin, like Big Mama, like, you know what I'm saying? Shanae. That's how they would act. Without dressing up like a girl. Was always hands on the hip, laughing and joking, you know what I'm saying? But they was doing it too natural. And so you just know, like, yeah, but you can't talk about it. And years later, they sent me a friend request, and it's a female, and I'm like, who is this? What you doing? How you been? I ain't seen your forever. Who are you?
So how did that first conversation go? Did it? I mean,
it wasn't even a conversation.
Okay.
They sent me a friend request. I didn't know who the fuck they was. When I found out who they was, I hit accept.
And that was it.
That was it. It was us. How you doing? And we just communicate on like Facebook, like the rest of my friends. They my Facebook friend on Facebook today, and we just, you know, it is what it is. And
nothing needs to be said.
Nothing needs to be said, for one, because we already knew. The people closest to this person already knew this person was meant to be a woman at a very young age.
I ain't gonna say nothing to be said because, I mean, that's still like, you ain't gonna say nothing. You know, if it was a face-to-face, if it was not a Facebook conversation, but if this is somebody that you went to school with, y'all was real cool and everything, and you ran into
we have seen each other in person because, okay, without giving too much detail, remember my sis who was on the show, the one who sung Happy Birthday to me?
Yeah.
My birthday, that's her cousin, her first cousin. So we all grew up together. So that person, even though they live out of town, they done been in and out of town over the years at our functions, birthdays, holidays, so it ain't like I've only talked to them on Facebook. But at that time, when we first interacted after they moved away, it was on Facebook. And then after that, we met each other, or we saw each other in person, for events here, because they from here. So they come back every now and then, right? And even when they come back, I look at them and I be like, I be kind of jealous, because I'm like, you look like, I wish I can't dox, but I wish I could show you guys who I'm talking about, because it's one of those transitionings where they really look like they were born a woman.
And see, only reason I asked that question is I know my personality, and I'd be like, girl, why you did all this? It won't be nothing negative.
If you grew up with somebody that you just have to grow up. If you grew up with somebody that was so feminine,
I had those
so films. I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. I'm talking like they never acted like a boy, never played with boy toys, never did what boys did. They always
we called them sisters back then.
Yeah, they always were feminine, but nobody talked about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because religion, church, back then when people thought people were gay, they didn't talk about it. They just pushed that shit under the rug.
You preaching to the choir. I'm from a small town, so I know.
So I always knew, a lot of us always knew in our heart that this person, back when we were kids, it wasn't no like, oh, they're not uncomfortable in their body. It wasn't that type of thought. It was just like, we know they're not.
Yeah,
we know they're gay. They're girly. They're what all the shit they would say, about
got a little sugar in his tank.
Yeah, the shit they would say. So when I see him 15, 20 years later, he's a she now. And it was like, oh my God, I was kind of like happy.
I'm not saying a bad thing. I just know for me, I would have to acknowledge it and be like, girl, you should have been did that.
I'm telling you.
I know what Miss Mel is saying. She's saying, girl,
no,
you looking good. Like, how you look so cute? Like, what happened was, let me know.
When I saw this beautiful.
Girl, I need to go to your surgeon.
Yeah, I mean, that's my personality, Charlie. I would state the obvious and be like, well, shoot, you could have did that a long time ago. I'm sure they ain't had much work to do on you.
They back then it was different though.
No, I'm talking about him now. I'm talking about him now.
But even when you try to transition, like, do y'all follow TS?
Yeah.
Like, do y'all know how they transition back in the day? They would transition and still look like niggas.
Yeah.
I got it.
But you know what? With TS,
better over time.
With TS, because I didn't discover her until she had already turned into TS.
Also, you don't know her as Timothy. You don't know her as Timothy.
I have a hard time picturing her as Timothy. She's showing the pictures.
Oh yes.
She's showing the pictures and everything, and I've seen the transition and all. But I'm just saying, I accept you where I meet you at. So,
but like, you see her early transition pictures though.
Oh yeah, I saw him. She talked about her own. She talked about her own stuff and said she was a brick.
But no. I'm saying, have you seen the pictures though? Because she posted about maybe 8 pictures of her. Craig was live, and she posted pictures of her from back when she was dressing up as a girl.
Yeah, I saw when she was talking about how skinny she was, and she had them.
And you could tell she was a nigga.
Yeah, you can tell then.
And later in life, medicine gets better.
The money get better.
Get better, money get better. But yeah, back in the day, all those pictures she showed of her actually, and
she was rough.
She looked really rough, like you know what I'm saying. And so this person that I grew up with, they were always boy,
but they didn't look rough.
They grew up. And they got on their own and they moved out of town. And then I guess they finally felt like, fuck this. I want to be me. I want to be, and they went and they did that transition. And when I saw them, I'm telling you, it was so amazing that
it was like seeing them as their true self.
Remember them as them. You know what I'm saying? It was so transforming that I couldn't even remember what they used to look like. That's how transforming it was. They are just the most beautiful woman, because you know they can't be female. They're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen the transition. And there's a lot of people out there who are trans.
I gotta go.
I look at this person and they look just like a woman. I'm just like, I can't even. What happened? Wait, it's just natural. Hey, boy, you know, it just
natural. But yeah, I gotta get out of here too, Charlie. It's 10 o'clock.
Hey, Charlie, she said in the back chat, I gotta go hood table, boo. Love you. Help a friend. All right, go ahead, help a friend, honey.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down too.
Yeah, but Mel, I think I'm gonna start that segment.
Yeah, you should.
I think so. Okay.
Because I'm sure there's a lot of people that can relate. My upbringing wasn't as strict as the Pentecostal, but like I still can relate to some of the stuff you're saying. So I imagine it's a plenty who know exactly what you're talking about and be like, girl.
Right. And I brought up a lot of that shit tonight because I just wanted to stress seeing somebody who's a first lady in the B sector and in the mess is not even surprising to me.
Yeah.
But that's all. But love you too, Charlie Boo, and love you too, Mel. Of course.
Right.
You know I love you, ladies. But I'll talk to you later, Mel. I hope you have a wonderful night. Give our boo some kisses, okay?
I will. Oh, did you see I did my baby birthday video?
Yes, I saw that. Oh my God.
Big baby.
Child, that nigga. You know what?
I'm like, somebody get this to him, please, and thank you.
I saw that. I'm telling you, every time I see you post something about him, I think of that lady. The lady who got arrested. But I know you'll never go that far, but it's just so funny.
Look, I told you he can serve me my papers in person.
Girl. And have you ever said you met him in person at all yet?
No, everybody around me has.
No,
like, my brother, my husband, my niece, everybody that met him but me. So I'm like, my time is coming.
That happened, Mel.
Yeah. And I even know where he stay in Georgia. Don't
let something pop up and he's doing some shit and I send a little email. My friend.
Girl, I done got in so many contests and got so close.
Really?
But it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh my God. I wish
that's the only thing left on my bucket list is to meet Shaq.
I wish that for you so much because there are some celebrity crushes that I had over the year that I would love to meet. And if I met them, it would just make my entire life. So I get it.
The only thing I would hate, and I don't think this would happen, is if I met him and he was an asshole. But I don't get that from him. I think he's genuine. From all the stuff I've seen, ain't nobody perfect, but I don't think he'll be an asshole. But that would break my heart if he was an asshole. So
then we gonna drag him all over the hood table.
Okay, I done wasted 30 years of my life being in love with you.
I know.
All right, I'm gone because I'll be talking about him for the next 2 hours. So bye.
I know. All right, honey bun. I'll talk to you later. Everybody got a crush, right? Be a celebrity or being somebody, close to you. But everybody got a crush. But anyway, y'all, we done discussed so much shit tonight. And see, that's one thing. If you've been subscribed to me for a minute, we discuss everything from the hood to the White House, including the B sector and everything in between. So the way we start might not be the way we finish, but we still try to have a great show. But for the guys and the ladies who joined us tonight, I appreciate you guys. I hope you like and share the video. I hope you subscribe if you happen to be new here. I did happen to see some new people in the chat that I haven't ever seen before. Matter of fact, Clyde, I like Clyde, and I never see her in my chat before. And if I have, please forgive me, Clyde. But it was nice to see Clyde in the chat as well. Clyde Diva, okay. The Diva, okay. But yeah, I saw other people in here who I'm unfamiliar with or haven't seen before. But yeah, shout out to everybody who joined the chat tonight. We had a really great conversation. It's a lot of things going on in the sector. I know tomorrow night, VS said, depending on how things go today, tonight, tomorrow, she might make some phone calls to that church during Bible study or on Sunday. I don't know if it's going to happen, but hey, I'm just telling y'all what I seen and what I heard, and adding a little commentary to it, okay? That's all we do over here. We don't try to like ruffle no feathers. We don't do no beefing, none of that shit. We just over here having some good darn conversation and commentary. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Like, share, and subscribe. Feel free to hit the Cash App or the Super Chat. Support the goals. But even if you can't do that, like, share, and subscribe. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember, say it with me now, keep it high. I'm out. Bye.